suffering that's going on in Iran right now, the maximum sanctions being applied, are the things that are going to make Iran finally say, you're right, we were wrong, no nuclear weapon, straits open.
Hawk fire near Reno, Nevada, burning out of control. About 90,000 people ordered to evacuate.
We have 800 personnel working on the incident, and we're working engaged 24 hours a day and foresee doing that for the foreseeable future. With both ground and aviation resources.
Shane Ackerson with the U.S. Forest Service says the human cause of the wildfire has left 6 people injured. America's listening to Fox News.
In need of a tow? Those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos here, Permian Ford Lincoln, owner of Sanger in Del Paso, Hobbs America! Hey, no, for real, August Super Sale is on. I'm excited to tell you very confidently that we have the best pricing within 500 miles. Bigger than Texas, baby. Check us out online, PermianFord.net. If you can't find what you're looking for, well, go get it. It's easy.
Permian Ford, Truck Central USA.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good August run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, pairs, bred cows. We expect to sell 1,100 head. Break it down like this: 150, 175 weight cows and bulls, 150, 175 pairs, bred cows, 700, 750 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 30, 35 cow-calf pairs, mostly black and red Angus, Brangus cross cows with black and red calves. Cows good flesh, 5 to 10 years old. 60 bred cows. RL Landon Cattle Company, Dexter, New Mexico. X-quality black white face, red white face crossbred cows bred to Angus and Charolais bulls. Good flesh, 5 to 10 years old. 24 bred cows. The 2T Partnership, Pecos, Texas. X-quality English crossbred cows bred to Angus bulls. 9 to 11 years old. 37 black Holstein light yearlings off one dairy. Excellent quality black Holstein crosses. Mostly heifers, 575, 700 pounds. Also 50 Holstein steers off the same dairy, 350, 550 pounds. 78 steer calves, a national ranch at Carlsbad, New Mexico. Excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred calves. Cattle wean 50 days, Virus Shield 6, 8-way, medium condition, 450. 600 pounds, 32 calves, 7 Rivers Ranch at Corona, New Mexico. Extra quality black white face Angus crossbred calves, cattle wean 45 days, 3 rounds of shots, thin to medium condition, 350. 450 pounds, 41 calves, CV Bar Ranch, Causey, New Mexico. Extra quality black white face and Charolais crossbred calves, Virus Shield 6, 8-way, 400. 550 pounds, 45 calves, CNR Ranch, Marfa, Texas. Extra quality black white face, red white face, and white face English crossbred calves, shots at Brandon, 450. 575 pounds and 34 calves, the White House Ranch at Daddle, New Mexico. Excellent quality, mostly Angus crossbreds, 1 round of shots, 350. 600 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Pairs, bred cows, 9:45. Be selling calves and yearlings around 10:30. We expect to sell 1,100 head today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast over southeast New Mexico, and temperatures will start mild in the mid to upper 70s, but we're going to go to 105 degrees in Roswell by this afternoon. The same temperature range too in Carlsbad, Artesia at 106 degrees. And Lovington at temperatures at 104 degrees under a sunny sky. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. Looks like a pretty good ride on the roadway so far. You're trouble-free on I-40 eastbound as you head in from Coors Boulevard. That's up to speed in toward the downtown area, toward I-25. And no problems on westbound I-40 either. That's moving well as you heading from Carlisle Boulevard toward I-25. The northbound side of I-25 is also moving pretty well. That's really not too bad toward I-40. And Alameda looks pretty good at this point. Eastbound, that's moving well as you pass by Coors Road in toward North Valley, as well as in toward I-25 after that. KDAZ Traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ Traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ 700, FM 96.9.
Waking up New Mexico with B and the Breakfast Club. From Ruidoso to Roswell, Hobbs to Carlsbad, and Albuquerque to Santa Fe. B and Monica are getting you going in the morning.
Welcome to Bee and the Breakfast Club. Bee and the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. The question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply with the largest selection of parts for heavy trucks and semis. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us. Text line brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? You're a stupid person.
Today is a pretty special day.
How so? How so?
It only comes once a year, every August 24th.
Come on, the suspense is killing me.
Suspense is killing me.
One word.
Waffles.
Waffle. 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 Waffle.
Want a waffle?
Waffles speak louder than words.
Waffles are awesome. Pancakes suck, right? The only thing you like was waffles.
I mean, you love waffles.
Happy National Waffle Day, everybody.
Showtime.
And good morning to you. God bless America and God bless you. Monica, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Third time is the charm. Got the dang thing working. Running around, waiting for Amazon all day Saturday. Got the part in that I ordered to fix the power supply. And guess what? Didn't work. Go to Walmart. Get a power strip that's supposedly going to run a computer. Doesn't work. Drive to Best Buy, 30 minutes away. Got the damn thing. Drove back. It worked. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. God bless. So at least we got it back to where it's supposed to be.
And you
Thank
don't
goodness for the
sound
little
like you're
things.
in the porta potty anymore.
Yeah, but stuff happens. It's been a crazy weekend with my mom, and my sister supposedly gets back, I think, tonight or tomorrow. And God bless my sister for having to deal with all this stuff on the daily basis.
Oh, I know.
So, yeah, my mom yesterday, we're getting ready to go to church, and she goes, "I'm going to go to church." And I'm just going to say, she doesn't leave the house. And I was like, okay, whatever. You want to go to church? I'll take you to church. And then she said, well, I'm a little dizzy. I was like, okay, well, just sit there. Don't get up while we go to church. Thank God. Thank God. So she keeps reminding me, I do live by myself.
No, you
I can't wait to get that age. I'm gonna use that for everything it's worth. Get me this, get me that, whatever. Today is National Night Day, Peach Pie Day, Waffle Day. Also, it is Shooting Star Day. Earth, Wind, and Fire had a song about that. Weather Complaint Day. It's going to be hot today. Also, today is International Strange Music Day. International Day Against Intolerance, Discrimination, Violence Based on Musical Preferences.
Okay.
Really?
That's a lot.
Lifestyle and Dress Code Day today. Let me just say, wearing a pair of pajamas and fluffy slippers to Walmart, even at Walmart, I don't think matches dress code. That's just me.
You know what shocks me is that it used to just be adults that did it, and now it's like adults
Oh,
and teens.
well, I am told that kids are wearing the fluffy slippers and the
school?
pajamas to school.
Neg.
Yeah, it is a problem.
Mm.
All right, the question of the day: who is the greatest sports star ever? As we approach NFL regular season, college football, and all of that this weekend. I think there's one college game, NFL preseason. I think I think today is the day players get cut, and we got crazy things going on in college football. There are actually players that don't make the team that can actually go back and play college football because they sued. They sued college football because the judge ruled that they had 5 years to play. No, Trinidad Chandler, you get 5 years. 5 years. That's it to play ball. 5 and you're out. It doesn't matter if you're red shirt, whatever the case is. You get 5 years to play. And so they're actually players that didn't get their 5 years. So they're actually coming back to play college ball. LSU signed 2 yesterday.
I don't like
So
that.
this is interesting times. And an NFL coach spoke about this. They cut a player and he was picked up by LSU the next day. So we got really weird stuff that is definitely going on in college football today. But I can't wait for college football to get into high gear. The wife already knows that, it's my
She
time
can't
of the
talk
year.
to you whenever you're watching football.
Saturday is my day. Yeah, you're going to have to leave me alone. So Saturday is my day. Don't ask me to go shopping. Don't ask me for anything because Saturday is my day. Yeah, my day. Mark Carney, Prime Minister of Canada, announced that he will place retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Canadians are saying, yeah, fairness. You know, the crazy thing is that the Canadians have been charging us high tariffs for years, but when we charge them, it's not fair. But I will say this much. Right now is not the time for a trade war with Canada. And I read a report yesterday that China is in the back of all of this because China, and this is all about Canada and Mexico. The next battle will be with Mexico because the U.S. puts tariffs on China. China sends the goods to Canada and Mexico, and they proceed to send it across the border at a not high tariff rate because China is cheating the system, and Mexico, our neighbors, are not treating us like neighbors. They're treating China like neighbors. So, look, I am so ready for America to just say, okay, you don't want to be neighborly? Okay, we're going to cut you off. And think about all the stuff that Mexico benefits off of America and turn around. President Trump is not playing right now. I mean, what's going on with immigration? He's tired of playing. You might beat him in the courts, but he's going to beat you another way.
That's right. That's
So
exactly right.
we'll talk about that. Teresa Legger Fernandez is now having to walk back. What about Deb Holland? She's walking back after new reports came out over the weekend about the man that they picked up at La Familia Healthcare Center. Oh, wait, he rape, abuse, all kind of other charges. Can we get him to walk that back?
Nope.
No, I didn't think so. Can you believe we're like 70 days away from this election, midterm elections? It just seems so dead.
It came by so quick. Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right.
I'll have Mark Ronchetti tomorrow, some of his podcasts. He just said it's very quiet. It's very, very, very quiet. It seems like, the governor's election seems so quiet. Is that because Greg Hall is far behind? Is it because Deb Holland is a bad candidate? I'll dive into that coming up tomorrow with Mark Ronchetti. But talking about Canada. We don't need these tariffs. We don't need a tariff war, but I guess we're going to have to do what we got to do. Brand new study, it's showing that cannabis induce, they're calling it like scromometing or spiking, where people are throwing up and having diarrhea caused by marijuana.
Really?
Or maybe it's them running back and forth to Taco Bell so much. I don't know. That just doesn't seem.
Heard of that.
I mean, usually marijuana is good for nausea and vomiting and stuff.
Sure.
Cancer patients have been using that for years.
Yeah.
37% of pet owners say they will leave the radio on at the house for the pets. And somewhere you got a poodle telling everybody to change the station right now. Some damn poodle somewhere. And Shelley Fabares, who was a co-star on Coach, the Donald Reed show, died at the age of 82. She was also appeared in 3 Elvis movies.
Oh, wow.
And CyberLeak is a hacktivist group. Yeah, it's an activist group that hacks into stuff. They allegedly released unauthorized Grand Theft Auto, the brand new one, to protest monetization schemes. Grand Theft Auto is all about monetizing, no doubt. Pat McAfee, if you like him, head to ESPN. This dude's going to be all over the place. He's on Monday Night Countdown. He'll be on Game Day. He just signed a deal, $60 million deal. And I can only remember a couple years ago when they were getting ready to cut him. And then they put him on college football, and all seems to be good. He put him on Game Day, and he became a superstar.
Yeah.
$60 million a year. I'm just going to say, you really don't have to work. I mean, do you need a long-term plan? $16 million a year? Give me 2 years. That's all I need. I'm good for 2 years. And not only that, he was a professional football player, a kicker back in the day. So I'm sure he made some money.
Right.
Man, I'd be like, yeah, that's all I need. 2 years. That's all. Just give me 2 years. They'll put $16 million in the bank somewhere. 2 years. That's all I need. All right. I don't know if you saw the iconic race car yesterday. America 250 started rolling through the streets of Washington, D.C. The president was on hand as he got out of the car, him and Melania, and shook hands. And he's the one that raised the green flag.
Doing handshakes with some racing officials there just before the IndyCar race is set to begin. A huge undertaking to basically rework some of the inner city streets here in Washington. And we do expect that after the president, of course, does his lap of honor in the presidential limo, he will wave the green flag to get the racers going forward on this 250.
So it's 250-mile race. Yeah. 250-mile race that they'll be running through the streets of D.C. And before they cleaned up D.C., that probably wouldn't have happened.
Oh, no.
Because, yeah, they'd have been carjacked.
Oh, yeah.
Even at a high rate of speed. They'd have been carjacked. Local mom in Albuquerque, judge ordered Jennifer Lewis to be held in jail after she took a bat and smashed the back of a pickup truck last week. And she was driving reckless and with a suspended license. Lewis told the Albuquerque Police Department detective a white pickup pulled up in front of her almost caused her to swerve, is what she said. No swerving in the car, please. Then she got out of the car with a baseball bat and yelled. He almost killed them and busted out the window. I don't know if you saw the rest of that. The truck retaliated and smashed against her, but the judge is going to hold her in court because she was driving on a suspended driver's license. Yeah, I'm glad that they're starting to hold these people in
Me
court,
too.
but how many times have we seen child predators, allowed out of court?
Yeah.
Football, Harrison Butker, 69-yard field goal. I was at the game when they hit Tom Dempsey hit the longest field goal, and that field goal was a record for 20, 30 years. And now you got this guy who a lot of people don't like. Remember, they protested him because he went to a small Catholic university and he's all about being a Christian and being Catholic, and he's spoken out. And a lot of people have not liked him, but 31-year-old last year made 33 of 38 field goals with 59, the longest being a 59-yarder. On Saturday, he kicked the 69-yard field goal, which is craziness. Congratulations going out to this guy. And New Mexico lawmakers overhauling a tax on alcohol. See, they call this the sin tax. Sin tax, nobody's going to feel it. Nobody's going to feel it. So the sin tax is a little different because New Mexico's alcohol rate is twice the national rate and has been for like 2 decades. And they're looking to change that. So now they want to, this is the way Democrats think. Senator Shannon Pinto, who is from McKinley County, said we are going to tax the alcohol at the wholesalers. Now, let me just ask, do you think they're going to pass that on to the 3% tax onto the consumers? The answer is absolutely yes. So New Mexico tax, we've got a fixed tax, 6% tax, and they think they can add another 3% tax onto wholesalers. Wholesalers are simply going to jack up the price and add that on to the consumer. And speaking of alcohol, Monica, did you see the story of the New Mexico Democrat legislator from New Mexico that was running around with no clothes on in Chicago?
No. Let me look that up.
This is the way God brought him into the world. This is the way this guy is running around Chicago. Newly released Chicago police incident report raising more questions about Representative Joseph Hernandez late night encounter with the police in Chicago. Hernandez, ship-wrought Democrat, called it a negative experience. Negative experience? You're running around with no clothes on. Yeah, you're running around buck naked. He was at the Holiday Inn in Chicago about 2:30 in the morning. You know what happens? They call that the devil's hour. Anything after 2 a.m. Was on the 17th floor. The Journal reporting that someone called the emergency services that there was a guy running around naked, knocking on guest members' doors.
Mm-hmm.
2 eyewitnesses pointed him out, saying that's the guy. He was travel log obtained by the Journal says that he checked into his room and on July 26 using a government code, checked out July 29th, same day of the incident. In fact, they canceled his reservation because we can't have a 5'6" man, 280 pounds, running around buck naked.
Right.
And I think he thought he actually had pants on because he couldn't see that he didn't have pants on. There's a lot of things this guy hasn't seen in a long time at 5'6", 280. By the way, he pulled up picture. He might have not had any clothes on, but he had his phone. Where was he storing his phone? That's the bigger question.
Kevin,
he pulled up photos of himself on his phone and demand the officers know who he is. I am a state legislator from New Mexico.
Yeah, you just gave our state another thing to add to our bad list.
So should this guy step down?
Absolutely. If he doesn't on his own, get rid of him. Can him.
I would say it's time for him to step down.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Hold him accountable.
Roswell man. Yeah, it's a crazy story. I first saw it break on Saturday, and then more and more outlets picked it up. But I think a lot of people are very hesitant to run that type of story.
You know what's wild though is I was
the-
reading it. It happened in July, and it's just now making news.
Yeah.
I wonder why they kept it quiet for a
like
bit.
I said, nobody wants to break the story. Crazy. Roswell man sentenced to 18 years in prison following a January conviction that charged him with second-degree murder, tampering with evidence in the shooting death of a local man 5 years ago. Tony Nacho Gonzalez, 48, sentenced in district court to 15 years for murder charge and 3 years for tampering with evidence.
Wow.
Sentences are to be served consecutively. Gonzalez received a pre-sentencing confinement for 4 years of time served already. So that means he's out in 11 years or less. By the way, shooting took place on Boney Street in Roswell about 2:30 in the morning. Gonzalez was house where he was living and shot Jose Diaz, 29, in the stomach. Diaz died a short time later. And so you kill somebody and you're going to get out. 11 years, you'll be walking the street. Iran to meet with Pakistan mediators today as the president starts to twist the screws just a little bit tighter with sanctions. Supposedly, life is not really good in Iran right now. They're experiencing 400% inflation. We cry about a 3% inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine a 400% inflation? But the president is about to tighten up the screws. And the WNBA came out yesterday with the non-binary turtle mascot.
Oh, gosh.
Can we just keep this up? Non-binary turtle mascot. This is supposedly to taunt Sophie Cunningham, but only a woman belongs in the WNBA. And then yesterday, did you see Mr. Freedom?
No.
Ennis Cantor Freedom, the guy that renamed himself Freedom, the former basketball player, went to the basketball game. And when it went to the game in Chicago, that had a shirt on that said woman, an adult, it said the definition of a woman. And at some point, one of the players started yelling and screaming that Sophie Cunningham was not going to sleep with him. And he's like, I'm not here to sleep with Sophie Cunningham. I'm simply here to stand up for women's rights. And that's when they escorted him out of the game. They kicked him out of the game for wearing a T-shirt, basically. And it wasn't him. He didn't go after the WNBA. It was the WNBA player that went after him.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, we're going to talk about the slowness of the election. We'll get to that coming up next. Let's get to the price of oil, Monica. Let's get that out of the way. And then we've got the thought for the day. We'll check the weather for the next couple days, and we'll dive into this election. Question of the day. Have I talked about the question of the day?
You mentioned it
Greatest
once,
sports star ever. That is the question. So we'll go to the text line and the tweet of the day on the way. Check Oil this morning being brought to you by Adam Oakey, born and raised in New Mexico, grew up on the streets, fought his way back, now uses that tenacity, training, and energy to fight for others. If you've been injured, no fault of your own, and you want to make sure you get the compensation you deserve, call Adam Oakey today. Personal injury, he loves battling the insurance companies. He loves battling for individuals. Give him a call, 505-433-4953. Personal injury, family law, criminal law, OkiLawOffice.com.
West Texas Intermediate is coming in at $85.57 a barrel. Brent crude is at $93.16 a barrel, and natural gas is $2.81.
All right, let's get updated with the weather this morning, being brought to you by La Tienda. You can find them in Carlsbad, home of the taco bar, made from scratch tortillas. They also have the made from scratch bakery. Check all that out and check the digital coupons today. They've got the Bluebell ice cream pints, $1 off 2. Save today. Plus, they've got, if you're looking for soda, make sure and check out the digital coupons today. They have saving coupons there. Black Label Bacon. Get a pound of bacon for $3.99. Fry your thighs and drumsticks for 99 cents a pound. Top sirloin steak, beef, for just $6.99 a pound. And get the quarter loin pork chops for $1.99 a pound. Save right now on the juicy cantaloupes for $1.99 each. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag for $2.99. Also avocados, get them for 99 cents each. Plus, save right now in the deli department. You could save on beef bologna for $8.48 a pound. Mesquite turkey breast for $7.98 a pound. And if you're looking for Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, other flavors, get the mini 10-pack. For 2 for $12. Save today at La Tienda in Carlsbad. It's going to be an extremely hot day today for southeast New Mexico. 104 for the high, 72 tonight, 103 tomorrow, and continue hot weather all the way through at least Wednesday. Ruidoso weather, calling for a high temperature getting up to 89 today. Sunny skies, 63 tonight. 90 tomorrow with a 30% chance of rain. Starting to cool off just a tad because we have rain in the forecast starting tomorrow all the way through Friday. And in Albuquerque this morning, you've got extreme heat, 99 for the high for all day, sunny skies. Overnight low tonight getting down to about 68, 99 tomorrow, 98 on Wednesday. Heat in the forecast most of the entire week. 5-day forecast, go to beonthebreakfastclub.com. Check on the weather. This morning being brought to you by WWRV3.com. 988-0392. Portable, quiet place to park your RV. 3 RV parks. One goal, to give you a nice, quiet place to park your RV. Pet-friendly, very well lit up. Look, they have 162 RV hookups, 30 and 50 amps, and everything's included for one low price. Check them out, WWRV3.com or 988-0392. Monica in the text.
Jody from Lovington texted in real early this morning. He said the northbound lane on Highway 18 coming out of Hobbs at the intersection of the Core and the hospital is closed. There was a traffic accident and emergency services were on site. That was a little bit before 6. Don't know if that's still going on, but that was brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com.
And then do you want to share with them about 96.9 being worked on right now? I sent you the text. KDAZ.
So our station in Albuquerque is down?
Yes. So Will and a couple of others are working on it. So those of you who have texted in, thank you. We appreciate that. Switch to the app really quick, like the W105 app. All right. Batty Bird.
I don't see that text. Did I miss the text?
I sent you a screenshot because he messaged us.
Oh, I did Messenger. Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah. It's Monday morning and the coffee pot is broken, says Batty Bird. I predict doom. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. You better go to Allsups. Mario B. from Lovington says, that gospel intro, nah, I had to tune out. It's not gospel.
Hey, we're just trying to keep you right this morning.
Joe says, good morning, Breakfast Club. Have a great day. Roy said, good morning, Breakfast Club. Have a great day. And this texter said, it sounds like that Democrat was on drugs. I thought the same thing, texter. Jeff Rose says, good morning, y'all. It's Monday already. Ain't nobody got time for that. Jay in the patch said, Monica, I didn't hear the answer from this morning. So it was lying to your friends about not being able to help them move. All right. And TW says, I'm sure you know that Emmitt Smith is the record holder for the most yardage in the NFL. But the best
I was actually expecting that this morning.
the best athlete ever is Bo Jackson. Slick says, good morning, you
Sure,
guys.
athlete. I would agree. Yeah.
I would have to say the best athlete, the best athlete that I can think of. Of course, I didn't really grow up watching sports. I just, would always hear. And even now, I guess Michael Jordan would have to be the best athlete for me.
Yeah, I think Bo Jackson, because he played multiple sports. He played baseball and played football.
Okay. That's legit.
But the Michael Jordan story is simply awesome.
Yes. Absolutely.
Where he didn't even make his high school team until he was a senior?
I don't know.
I mean, when you're playing JV as a junior, that's a letdown.
Yeah.
But I always tell people it's not it's how you finish the race, not how you started.
Absolutely. Hands down. Eddie from Hobbs said Michael Jordan played baseball too. And Slick said, yes, Monica.
Oh,
Michael
yeah, that's
Jordan.
true.
He did.
Yeah, but he
not
didn't
good?
have the traction.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Chingon said Jim Shoulders. He secured 16 world championships in bull riding, bareback riding, and saddle bronc riding during the mid-20th century. Oh, okay. Bo knows, but Michael Jordan was the best, said this texter. Who else? A lot of people would say Kobe Bryant. And today's National Kobe Bryant Day. Did you see that one, B?
No, I did not see Kobe Bryant Day.
Mm-hmm.
But God bless Kobe.
Linda in Carlsbad said Bobby Orr. He was a great hockey player before Gretzky. Coach from Carlsbad says Deion Sanders. Dan Marino was great, but never got a ring, said this texter. Another one said Deion Sanders. I like reading these names.
He was a great ball player. Deion was a great ball player. I don't know if he was the greatest of all time.
What about Jerry Rice? Wasn't Jerry Rice good?
I think Jerry Rice was a great receiver. I don't know if he was the greatest ever.
Okay. Billy in Seminole. Let's see. Who else did he say? Oh, Deion Sanders also played baseball. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Okay. Let's see. Kyle sent in pictures of some pictures of his cards. Oh, he's got like some collector trading cards of Michael Jordan in his, what is that? Barons uniform and his Bulls.
I hang on to those.
Yeah. Slick said Joe Montana. Dale Earnhardt.
Great quarterback.
Said Gary from the Patch. And Jeff Rose says LeBron has turned into an awesome soccer player.
He loves flopping. No doubt about that.
Big Chucker C. So did John Elway. David.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in high school. I thought Al
So
Bundy.
did Kim Jong-un.
Dale Earnhardt, says Jody. Honestly, the most famous athlete is O.J. Simpson. I don't think any other athlete received more TV coverage and is still talked about. Ooh, you're right. Fabian says, good morning.
Took a stab at that, didn't you? Took a stab right at it.
How about Barry Sanders?
Great running back.
Is this a real name? Cletus McFarland?
I have no idea who that is. You're going to have to school me on that one.
I have no idea who that was, Gary. Chad Powers said the coach from Carlsbad. AJ Foyt and Richard Petty, the King great athletes. The Kentucky native said Walter Payton. Henry set all of his records with a sucky team.
So have you ever watched the story about Brian's Song? Is that the name of it? Brian's Song, the movie about Brian Piccolo. Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers played on the same team, and there was some racial strife. But at the end of it, that movie always makes me cry. They become best friends.
Oh, tender.
And Brian Piccolo ended up dying from cancer. You ought to go, and there's so many great old movies. I think that's the name of it. Brian's Song. And great movie, great acting. And that in the beginning they didn't know each other. They came from two totally different cultures, and at the as the movie and in real life, they became good friends.
Yeah.
So you ought to go watch that, Monica. See if you can pull that up.
Okay. Brian's Song.
Hey, I mean, it's definitely one of the ones that make you cry. All right, let's talk about this election. Am I the only one that is just like, man, things are slow? I mean, we're not hearing anything. Is that because Deb Haaland is such a bad candidate, or is it that the Republicans just don't have any energy in the race? And I'm not saying that's the case. I'm asking questions. So I want you to tell me, is it just very, very quiet? But new information came out. Duke Rodriguez is always pretty good about putting these polls out. And he said BSP Research has Deb Haaland up 41% to Greg Holtz 27%. 32% of New Mexicans have not decided. So that's a total difference of 14 points. I have never heard of BSP Research, so I'm waiting on maybe, I don't know, the Albuquerque Journal, their polling numbers, but even back in 2018, when Steve Pierce ran against Michelle Lujan Gresham, that was a 7-point race. Same time this year, 7-point race. The final vote, 57% Michelle Lujan Gresham, Steve Pierce, 42%. Then in 2022, Ronchetti and Michelle Lujan Gresham. Journal reported a 47% for Gresham, 40% for Ronchetti, 5% for Bodoni. That's a name I haven't said. Final polling numbers, 52% for Michelle Lujan Gresham, 45% for Ronchetti, and Bodoni came up with 2.4%. So I think we're a couple weeks away from the first Albuquerque Journal report, but it just seems like things are just very quiet. And I know the candidates are out there, they're working. I see that they're out there and working, but it just seems kind of quiet. And what I'm very scared of is that Deb Haaland's already got ads running, and Greg Hull has no money for ads. And is he going to not be able to get the traction that is needed? And if it is, he's going to need a grassroots approach. And I don't see his campaign being the ones that say, okay, we'll use social media and we'll be blasting all over the radio without advertising. I just don't see that campaign doing that. Am I the only one that fears that Deb Haaland's going to walk away with this victory? I hear more ads in New Mexico for Texas candidates like in Lovington. I see more ads for Texas candidates than I do New Mexico. So am I the only one, Monica, that it just seems kind of dead? I don't see that many signs. Have you saw a bunch of signs?
You know, you are absolutely right. In our area, I don't see signs for either candidate. That's the fair part. Should we see more signs for Greg down here? Absolutely. But I agree with you. This is a definite weird race. I don't want to admit to this, but maybe, just maybe, I'm going to agree somewhat with the texter. Could it be that they know that Deb's already got it in the bag? And so they're like, we don't have to do anything. And Greg, like you said, doesn't have the money to do anything. But I want to believe the best,
it kind of breaks
right?
I mean, look, the oil and gas industry that Deb Haaland wants to shut down is giving more money to her campaign than they gave to Greg Hall.
See,
Let's
that's
just call
tough.
it like it is.
That's tough.
The oil and gas companies have given more money because they're trying to hedge the bet. I get why they do it. It's the same reason why back in the day, Donald Trump, they'd say, well, he gave to that person's campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he was playing both sides, which is smart business. But at the same time, the oil and gas should support the Republican. I would think.
Yeah.
I would think. So I want to hear from you on that also, along with the question of the day. Detroit schools expand the cash perks they're paying kids to go to school. You can get paid $100 a week just to go to school.
What?
$100 a week to go to school.
Are we talking college?
They have a chronic,
High school?
high school, elementary school, K through 12.
Oh, come
And so
on.
they're paying like $100 a week to go to school. They have started a ride share program where they have spending like $500,000 for a ride share program. And then, they've got a chronic problem in Detroit, 61% absentee rate.
Oh, no.
Nobody shows up to school. Iran hacked and shut down a British power plant for days, according to a brand new report. This is something that's scary. A while back in Texas, they believe that Iranians hacked into a water distribution location, a water plant, and shut them down. But the British power plant was shut down for multiple days, deeply concerning if they could do the same closer in the United States. And ICE, man, they're taking after Teresa Leger Fernandez pretty hard, as the New Mexico congresswoman claims she was blocked from speaking with detainees during a tour of the Tarrant County Detention Facility. Leger Fernandez, who represents New Mexico's 3rd Congressional District, posted Wednesday at the Tarrant County ICE Detention Center, seeing for myself what really happens inside. I'll keep you posted. Then she went inside and she would not follow their directions, because there are certain people that believe that they don't have to follow anybody's directions. And evidently she's one of those people. Anyway, she was told, you cannot talk directly with the detainees. You can see the facility, you can look around, and she tried to get some private time with detainees. I mean, she wanted to see the kitchen and the food prep and the medical, and they showed her all those facilities.
Wow.
But she wanted to speak with detainees, and they told her she was not allowed to speak with detainees. And she began shouting at them from a distance, telling detainees trying to talk to the detainees by screaming at them. I'm coming for you. I'm going to help you. Many of them just leave us alone. We're going home.
For real.
And then after all that, this all started because of the incident at La Familia. the medical facility where they captured a guy. And how sad is it that New Mexico cannot do their job, but the feds will have to come in? This guy was charged with multiple things, rape being one of them. Senator Crystal Brantley talked about that on Friday.
ICE is going to send him back to Mexico, and New Mexico is safer because of it. Thank you, ICE, for doing your job. It's time that New Mexico Democrats start doing theirs. They called for protests in the streets of Santa Fe to abolish ICE, but they didn't call to abolish CYFD. They just recently sent a 15-year-old United States citizen into Mexico against his wishes, against his will, to be reunited with the same abusive mother that the child was removed from. No cries to change or abolish CYFD. No cries of protest to the street every time one of these repeat criminal offenders gets in and out of jail and is free to commit the same crimes again and again. When are they going to start crying for New Mexico to be safer? When do our own New Mexico most vulnerable children get prioritized? I'm tired of being gaslit. Please do your homework and recognize that you are too.
Amen. Senator Brantley, we appreciate that so much. All right, we're going to talk about protesters taking to the streets in Santa Fe. We'll get to that. Text line open. Monica, let's get to the thought for the day. Then we'll get to the text line. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. They've got the experience to take care of you. In fact, they've been at it now since 1983. Mr. Wendell Wakefield came to New Mexico, opened up Wakefield Oil. They love delivering oil and gas products throughout the patch in southeast New Mexico. One thing you can count on, they're never going to charge you all these ridiculous fees, radius fees, distance fees. They're not going to charge you. The only thing they charge you is for the fuel and for the tax. Other thing you can count on, locally owned and operated, family owned and operated. Do your homework. The company you're dealing with today, are they actually incorporated in New Mexico? Or maybe that money going to a different state. Do business with good people. I encourage that. WakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield.
For all of you haters of Monday, I'm pretty sure that Monday is the root of all evil. It's your thought for today.
I'm telling you. No doubt. Protesters gathered in Santa Fe as the state moves on Project Jupiter, with more hearings are coming. More than 100 protesters at the New Mexico Environmental Department in Santa Fe. They claimed a key permit for Project Jupiter in Santa Teresa is being unjustly sped up behind closed doors. Many of Americans are going to be dropped off of a snap as the Trump administration tightens the noose. They say 42,200,000 people are enrolled in SNAP.
Whoa.
30, they're cutting. It's going to be about 36 million. So a lot of people are being dropped off of SNAP. And the president last week signed an executive order. I don't know if you saw the executive order. Signed an executive order to debank people that are in the country illegally. This would forbid them from owning a vehicle, from having a bank account, and being able to send money back to their country of origin. And also announcing that permanent residents, if you are on any form of welfare or public assistance, you could lose your green card. Now, the reason for that, as the president said on Friday, I don't think I have that cut, but on Friday he said, these are not the people that we want. We want people that are going to come and work for them, work for themselves, not be part of a burden on the system. Do we need to? We got to import more system suckers. By the way, there are people legitimately that need to be on the system. So maybe that's not an appropriate word. There are people, they're single moms that have been abandoned by a man. Yeah, we should help them. There are elderly people that are disabled people that should be on the system. Should we help them? Yes. But we got too many able-bodied individuals that shouldn't be on the system.
Correct.
And they remain on the system. All right, we're going to get to the tweet of the day. We're going to talk about Puerto Rico coming up on the tweet of the day. Monica and the text just before the hour, 6:57 KWMW, Baltimore, 105.1 FM, KWES, 93.5 in Ruidoso. Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9 in Albuquerque. KDAZ having problems this morning with KDAT with 96.9. They're trying to get that fixed as we speak. We're also on in Albuquerque, KMQ 20.1 TV, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. And of course, streaming all over the place. Facebook, TikTok. We're on YouTube, X, Rumble. Do us a favor, subscribe, like, and make sure and leave us a comment from time to time. Monica in the text.
Okay, talking about the governor's race, Steven says they already know that Lee County doesn't get out and vote, so why waste money down this way? If you're running for office, you should be making a Facebook post or a TikTok video every day. That doesn't take any money, said a texter. And another Democratic texter says USA is over $40 over $40 trillion in
40
debt.
trillion.
Thank you, Trump. Another promise not kept.
Wait. How long has that been going on? For the past 50 years. Well, not 50 years yet. It's about 30, 38 years. Name the last president's had a balanced budget. That would be Bill Clinton. And that was because of the boom in the tech. But let's ask you a bigger question. Would we be in this shape if his tariffs would have been allowed to pay off some of that debt?
No.
Nope, we wouldn't have. Sad.
One texter or few texters text in to say, yes, agreed. Cletus McFarland. Cletus McFarland is a race car driver and the best athlete ever, Airbud. And Gary from the Patch said he's the number one YouTube star in America right now, focused on racing. And damn it, Daniel said Cletus is a YouTuber that races cars in pretty much every racing sport there is. Apparently, he's super funny. And Jay in the Patch said Bobby Boucher.
Hey, man.
Is the best
from right
athlete.
up the road.
Ricky Bobby, said Big Rick. 63-year-old Christian said, yes, Kevin, the name of that movie is Brian's Song. Billy and Seminole says that I also have to say that Nolan Ryan is the best athlete for the most strikeouts, most no-hitters, and he played in 5 decades of ball. You know, at the Rangers stadium, we went and took the little tour underground. It was so incredible to see all of the Nolan Ryan facts and just the history. It's amazing. I don't want to say I fell in love with Nolan Ryan. I didn't. But I just thought to myself, that's incredible because he's half owner of the Rangers, right?
Is he?
He is. He's got ownership.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Somebody help me out.
I know Nolan Ryan also in Three Rivers, Texas. You ever looking for a good place to go fishing? Three Rivers, Texas. He had a restaurant in Three Rivers, Texas.
Oh, wow.
And so you can go in there. There's all kind of signed memorabilia and
Yes.
so.
Jeff from Hobbs said Peyton Manning is the best athlete. John Holmes is the world's greatest athlete, said Gallup Lover.
Really?
The coach says, how about Dexter native Mike Smith, Hall of Famer and Triple Crown winner?
Amen.
Cool Hanlon said Muhammad Ali says he's the greatest. The bull rider, Lane Frost, said a texter. Gary from the Patch said Catfish Hunter was a good picture. Picture or pitcher? Pitcher. And
Yeah, it says Nolan Ryan is no longer the owner or executive of the Texas Rangers.
Okay. Sooner fan says, good morning, Monica. Nice to hear your voice this Monday morning. Glad to wake up to hear your voice. You're welcome, Sooner fan. Everyday Roswell listener said Jerry Rice is the GOAT. Jerry Rice. Joey Rice. Who else, guys? Come on. We're running out of names.
Yeah,
about-
Nolan Ryan
what about
does
Babe
not
Ruth?
own that restaurant in Three Rivers, Texas, either. So evidently, Nolan's like, I'm getting out of all these businesses.
Jim Thorpe is the greatest athlete. Two of those came in at the same
He
time.
was a hell of an athlete, that's for sure.
Don Gay, the bull rider. Smokey says, good morning, guys, and my little bet head. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Good week. So who is the surprise guest host next week?
I can't tell you. It wouldn't be a surprise.
Wouldn't be a surprise if we told you, Smokey. Jimmy Burnside said Emmitt Smith was the all-time rushing leader for the Cowboys. Sam at Chater says Drew Brees. Drew Brees.
Just became a member of the Hall of Fame. In the
Jody
NFL.
says Roy Cooper. Iron Mike Tyson, said another texter.
Great athlete.
Barry Sanders, says PA. Best athlete.
So let me ask you this much. Modern day athletes, are they a bunch of spoiled brats?
I don't think so. I want to say the younger generation. Oh, gosh, yes, hands down. Freaking want to bust their butts. But
I mean, I see people like Jaden Daniels about his number not being retired, going crazy, and I'm just like, dude, your number is your number, your jersey, your number is not number. Your number's not going to be retired. They're going to retire your jersey. That's different.
Sure.
And I think you've got a bunch of spoiled brat athletes for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of being spoiled, I'm going to get to Puerto Rico up next. Come up. Go ahead, Monica.
Damn it, Daniel said Larry Bird. Pesos said I liked
Great player.
I liked Cam Newton. Tom A, the buffet the buffet champion, says Rooster.
I talked to him on Friday briefly. He was at a Lions Club meeting.
Settle down, Tommy. Settle down. Tipsy the redneck.
Free
said-
lunch.
Yeah,
Free lunch.
The Secretariat was the leading athlete. Bo Jackson, Bo knows everything. Don't laugh, but Bruce Jenner was a great Olympian and athlete. He was.
He was.
And James and Eunice said Bird and Magic because they brought the attention to the NBA. An everyday Roswell listener said, put any of today's basketball players one-on-one with a prime Dennis Rodman and see who cries the most. And John 3:16 said Napoleon Dynamite's Uncle Rico could throw a football over him.
He was a hell of a ball player.
Esgar says Serena Williams. Sammy J said Caitlyn Jenner. Phil Line, all around Cowboys, said Frank in the patch. Brian Bosworth, said this texter.
Great linebacker.
Terry Bradshaw, said Chingon. Big Biden lover said Buctus. Hey, what about that one guy that used to Madden? Wasn't he a good athlete?
He's a great coach.
Oh, he wasn't an athlete?
Great coach.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he was an athlete. I mean, I think him and Tom A would have killed some buffets, put him out of business.
Larry Mahan, all around cowboy. Michael Phelps, says Todd in Carlsbad. Larry Bird, said John 3:16. Bo Jackson knows everything. Lots of Bo Jacksons.
Well, Bo Jackson, that was a great campaign. Bo Jackson knows everything.
Michael Jordan, said David C. John Holmes was one heck of a bruiser. Jordan Burroughs. And Jesse Soto.
Monica.
What?
Monica.
What?
During the break, go look up John Holmes.
Okay. John Holmes. Okay. Kobe, his work ethic was second to none, hands down. Sugar Ray Leonard, said Donald. The question of the day, Jesse, is who do you consider to be the best athlete of all time?
Greatest athlete ever.
John Elway, Willie Mays. Oh, they're coming in quick. And this one, Tup from Carlsbad. Charmaine James holds the record for the most championships in National Finals Rodeo barrel racing history, winning 11 world titles and 7 NFR average titles. Rocky Marciano, said Chingon. Junior DePorto said, by the way, the Carlsbad Cavemen are no joke. Okay. They beat Artesia over the weekend. Muhammad Ali, said Jesse Soto. I'm going to say the greatest athlete of all time is Michael Jordan. I said it again. Oh, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he was a great track star. He ran around the ring like no
That's
others.
exactly what Pete
I mean,
said.
he really did. I mean, I wouldn't even call him a great boxer. Tacticianer, yes. Fighter, there wasn't a whole bunch of fighting going on. That's I've never been a Floyd fan.
What about
Tacticianer, yes.
What about local superstar athletes?
I don't know. I would think that Urlacher has to go down as probably one of the biggest local. Anybody else? I'd love to hear from you about that. All right, let's get to the tweet of the day, being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Exceptional construction and siding. They offer industrial-type metal buildings, commercial metal buildings, even carports and patios, that type of stuff. Thinking about a sunroom, they can do that. Yeah, thinking about that carport. Hail season's coming. You want to beat the hail? Not a problem. They can do they can put up the six-bay carport like they did at the radio station. Need a roof? They've got that covered. Need siding, windows, doors. They do all of that and so much more. 575-391-1430. The tweet of the day this morning, talking about Puerto Rico. Now, if you're keeping up, Puerto Rico is voted down. I want to say it's been 3 times they voted down becoming a state. They're currently a territory. So what that means, they lead the country. Thank God for Puerto Rico. They lead the country in welfare. Like 61% of the population is on welfare. 61%. They suck the system for everything it's worth, but do they want to become a state? No. In fact, some people would even call us colonizers.
So I would say no to us becoming a state.
There's a lot of controversy with that, especially the president right now. We don't want to be a part of that for sure.
I don't think it should be a state because, the main reason is I don't want them to do PR how they did with Hawaii. I don't want taxes to spike. People, wages here are really low to maintain life here.
It's better right now. No, I don't think. I live outside. I know everything there, so no.
Absolutely. We should become a state. Why? And it's a shame that I say this because I love my country. I love my fellow men in this country.
I believe that we can be our independent country. I think that we have the full potential to become a independent country since we have been colonized for so many years and we had the chance to be a country than the United States. No hate though. Colonized us and promised us something and then it was another stuff.
I truly believe that Puerto Rico should be part of the nations around the world as an independent nation like the U.S. is. I truly believe that. I don't think that we're ready for that.
They're just a bunch of laws that contradict each other. We don't really have much of a say in what goes on in the states. So if we become a state.
So the answer is no. Now, we recently bailed them out. They had, what was it, a hurricane or something? And we bailed them out. And this is the love that we get in return. No, we don't want to become part of you. You bunch of colonizers. So maybe we should just cut them off. Cut them off. Like that. Just they would be in the same shape as Cuba.
Yeah.
If because they are definitely a bunch of system suckers. 61% of Puerto Rico was on public assistance.
Yeah.
61%. And then in Michigan, you got people chanting "Death to America."
Not a great look.
The mayor condemned it. The White House condemned it. But what about Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib? She reps Dearborn. Is she okay with her constituents chanting death to America? Fox Business correspondent Hillary Vaughn asked her. Watch.
Congresswoman Tlaib.
Fox News. I don't talk to Fox News.
At a rally in your district, people were chanting death to America. Do you condemn?
I do not talk to Fox News.
But do you condemn chants of death to America?
I don't talk to people that use racist tropes.
Why can't you just say whether or not you condemn people chanting death to America? Why are you afraid to talk to Fox?
Fox News is not listen, using racist tropes towards my community.
So it's racist. Now we go back to the word racist. Remember Friday we played the cut from the Black Panther Party, talking about Black Power and saying that everybody else was racist.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing here. Same thing here. Death to America while you're in America. Let make that make sense, please. Death to America while you're in America.
That's wild.
Wouldn't that, if there was death to America, wouldn't you die also? But maybe that's okay because you martyr yourself. I get it. Maybe I do. I don't know. Family of United States Army veteran Matthew McLaughlin, who was killed last year, addressed the court in Taos about the horrific loss and added pain of knowing that it was his own friends that took his life. No parent would ever have to write a victim impact statement, according to his family. I'm standing here because my 25-year-old son was brutally murdered by two people he trusted. That's what the McLaughlin family said. McLaughlin went missing in July of 2025 after moving from Virginia to New Mexico to live in with his Army buddies, David DeGroat, and was in court. Rainer Joyner was in court also, and they both have been accused of conspiring to kill McLaughlin. Wow. Not raising my kids. Man dumps his girlfriend after his girlfriend was taking up for Lindsay Clancy. So we've all heard the story about the woman that allegedly killed her three kids. Mm-hmm. And one guy's like, he called off their relationship because he was like, if you stand up for this woman, I don't want anything. I don't want you to raise my kids. I'm breaking up. And then hundreds of women took to the streets and actually protested over the weekend. Protested for this woman. So, Monica, do you believe that she was, and it could be possible she was suffering from post-traumatic stress and killed her kids? I know the conspiracy theorists are out there saying that she didn't kill her kids, that somebody else killed her kids. But what's your thoughts on that?
So, honestly, I haven't followed the story like a lot of people have, but through the bits and pieces that I've gathered, this chick is completely fine. Do most women suffer from some type of postpartum? Absolutely. Do they get crazy thoughts? Oh, yes, they do. I think what happened was she caught her husband cheating. She could not handle it. And to get back at him, she did the absolute unthinkable. The fact that she admitted to it, and then, of course, claimed insanity, that she heard the voice, yada, yada, yada. Lots of people do that. When they asked her, do you still hear those voices? And she said no. That, to me, told me everything. Girl, you were pissed. You did the absolute unthinkable. And now, not only do you regret it, but you're like, damn, now, how can I get out of it?
In court, she kept saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. In court, not that, no, I didn't do this, but I can't do this, talking about she can't be part of the trial. So crazy story.
Absolutely.
Child dies in Midland County. Deputies responding to a welfare call. This happened on Friday as deputies in Midland, Texas responded to that call. According to Midland County Sheriff's Office, deputies about 4:30 in the morning on Thursday tried to save a child. When they arrived, the child was taken to the hospital and later died. Midland County Sheriff's Investigators Division are investigating, but investigators had gotten an arrest warrant for 32-year-old Galmino Juarez, and he's been charged with manslaughter in this case. 18-year-old in Las Cruces has been charged. During a follow-up investigation, officers located and recovered the suspect's vehicle. Jeremiah Angel Castillo was charged in a Friday night shooting. And a man's son, 7 years old, got tired climbing Mount Fiji. And the boy just grew very, very tired, and the 48-year-old man left him behind. A hut worker found the boy on the beach alone. They located his father later. The father has been, man, you want to talk about some therapy sessions for the kids. Abandonment, that you just leave the kid by himself. And Taylor Sheridan, of course, from Yellowstone and all the other big shows, spinoffs from Yellowstone, is being sued. TV writer saying that it was her idea. Yellowstone was stolen from her she pitched NBC Universal. Wow. Taylor Sheridan has not responded, but she said that he has generated billions and billions of dollars, and it was her idea.
Wow.
I think I came up with that idea first. I think that was my idea. I think it was my idea.
No comienza.
Yes, I think it was my idea. I came up with it. Hey, morning show this morning being brought to you by Larry Marker. Larry Marker for U.S. Senate. This guy is working. I see him all over the place, defending your rights, working hard to beat Ben Ray Lujan. Yeah, look, if you want somebody that is all about, got a great work history. See, Ben Ray Lujan, I don't know about this guy being a real worker. But I can tell you this much, Larry Marker is a worker, a guy that has worked his entire life, has gotten his hands dirty, not just making a YouTube or Facebook video either. Look at me. I'm digging a ditch. Yeah. Look at me. No, that's not Larry Marker. Larry Marker is a worker, has spent his own money to try to make this state better, suing the state to defend our constitutional rights. Larry Marker became the first write-in candidate to garner more than 30,000 write-in votes to be in the primary, to be placed on the ballot to run against the long-term senator. Larry Marker running for senator in New Mexico. He needs your vote. I mean, if you're looking for somebody that is a worker that's going to go work for you. And Larry has said, look, I'm a guy that believes in term limits. I'm going to do one term, because if I can't help fix the America in one term, then, I don't want to be there for life. Mm-hmm. I'm encouraging you, if you have some spare money, Larry needs all the help they can get. Donations are needed. Please give to his campaign. Go to the website, LarryMarker.com. Of course, this message paid for by Larry Marker. Monica, we're going to get to you. Keep updated with the text, then we'll take our break. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Storage. Staying cool this morning, because that's what they're doing. Trying to keep you cool. Portable and AC units. You might need one of those. Even if the AC is completely working, you might need a portable unit, because it's going to be like 104 today. They also have Stanley and Arctic coolers and tumblers, cooling sweatbands and neck gaiters. They've got the neck shades, vented hard hats. And like I said, the portable and window AC units. And they offer, of course, zero down financing. Go to the website, rigoutfitters.com. Go to Broadmoor Mall and check them out. Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Monica in the text, then we'll break.
Jeff Rose says, Monica, bingo, bingo, bingo. I believe the same thing about that chick. And this texter said it may be time for some bacon grease lubricated ammo. Frank in the Patch said Carlsbad has a world champion bareback rider, rodeo champion, and he is part with the rigging that is used today in rodeo. I wish I could remember this rodeo world champion. Skinner said, good morning, Bean, Monica. You guys have a great, blessed new day and new week. You too, Skinner. And OG from Edgewood said, Tom A. He holds the world record in the 1 mile run. Junior said Kobe Bryant. Jow Patriot said the greatest is Mickey Mantle. Home runs today of 450 feet are considered big. He once hit one 714 feet. And Johnny Tapia, the boxer from Burque, said Stephen Ontiveros. Smokey said, oh, I was thinking that you said the surprise guest host was today, not next week. Next Monday. I would actually put all of the great athletes of yesteryear against any of today, said David C. And OJ, actually, we'll save his for last. Local, Tough Cooper, Logan Medlin, and Shad Mayfield, said this texter. I've never heard of Shad Mayfield. Timmy Smith, said Steve from Eunice. Taos Muncie from my hometown of Corona, New Mexico. He was a world champion saddle bronc rider. Big Biden lover said all the athletes were good before drug enhancement drugs. Conservative Ryan said the best athlete of all time? Me. Just ask me. Okay, send us some information of your about your athleticism. I mean, news clips, things like that. Conservative Ryan. Julio Cesar Chavez, said this texter. JB Monsi, JB Money, top bull rider. Simone Biles is the greatest woman athlete, said Todd in Carlsbad. Shad Money Mayfield is a champion calf roper. Okay. Babe Ruth. I agree. Babe Ruth. Julio Cesar Chavez, said another texter. Bob Crosby was a great cowboy, said El Guapo Gringo. And we'll end with this one. OJ said, I wanted to thank you, B. After all these years, I finally got an Atlas makeup mirror, and it's not only for women. Now, I have a beautiful mushroom.
There you go. Yeah. So I'm always, by the way, Atlas Makeup Mirror. Give them a call this morning, 575-631-3189, atlasmakeupmirror.com. As we segue right from that last text right into the commercial, times 1, times 5, times 10, magnification, bright LED lights. Don't forget they have the pocket mirrors, $29.99 to $39.99, and I'm hearing something new is coming your way soon. Go to the website, atlasmakeupmirror.com. Call Rebecca Long, 575-631-3189. And if the wife doesn't have the Atlas Makeup Mirror, buy it for her and then use it yourself to look better. That's the plan. I bought you this, but then you use it. See the way that works? Go to the website, atlasmakeupmirror.com for more info. We're really late. 7:25, we're beyond the Breakfast Club.
News this hour is being brought to you by M&S Hauling and Paving, your trusted driveway experts in Dexter, New Mexico. Visit mshaulingpaving.com for your free quote today.
When it comes to paving, don't gamble with out-of-town contractors. Trusted driveway experts in Dexter, New Mexico. M&S Hauling and Paving, with more than 25 years of experience serving communities across New Mexico. M&S specializes in asphalt paving, patch repair, chip seal driveways, parking lots, and more. Best of all, they're local. So if you ever need them, they're right here when it counts. Because a warranty only matters if the company stands behind it. See the reviews and request a free quote today at mshaulingpaving.com or call M&S Hauling and Paving at 505-557-1040. 505-557-1040. Quality work, local service, built to last.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovart. The Bureau of Land Management leased 25 parcels totaling more than 20,000 acres across New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas, bringing in more than $139 million in a quarterly oil and gas lease sale. It's the latest in a string of strong sales in New Mexico, where leases in the state have generated more than $4.4 billion so far this year, accounting for roughly 90% of all BLM oil and gas leasing revenue nationwide. The sale was conducted under the Working Families Tax Cut Act, which reset the minimum federal onshore 2024 royalty rate to 12.5%, which is down from 16.67% set under the Inflation Reduction Act. Officials say the lower rate reduces the cost of doing business on public lands and is expected to spur additional leasing and drilling activity. The city of Roswell is considering a more than $1.25 million tire shredder to deal with the growing stockpile of more than 30,000 tires in the city landfill, plus at least 5,000 more scattered around the Roswell Air Center. Shredded tire material can be used as landfill cover, mixed into asphalt, used for erosion control, or sold as a substitute for gravel. City manager Heston Tima says the shredder would pay for itself, especially with interest from both Chavez and Lincoln counties in sharing the equipment. The city would break even after shredding about 30,000 tires, charging less than $10.50 a tire. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard, and this is MTD Radio News.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. Alameda is getting just a little bit busier. It's not too bad, though. Eastbound, you'll find brief delays at Coors Road, and for the most part, you run well through North Valley towards 2nd Street, and not too bad toward I-25. I-25, that's getting a lot slower. That jams up going southbound from just before Ellison Street. That opens up gradually toward Montgomery Boulevard. It runs much better toward I-40. I-40 eastbound, there's some building volume. There are brief delays that form after 12th Street and continue in toward the interchange with I-25. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Attention Roswell and Chavez County residents. There's a new newspaper in town, the Roswell Tribune. Find it at roswelltribune.com. All your local news at your fingertips. Get local sports, government coverage, and opinions updated daily. Online at roswelltribune.com. The Roswell Tribune has a staff of local and regional reporters you know who know you. Our reporters ask the questions and report the facts. Then you decide. roswelltribune.com. For the latest news, weather, and sports, visit roswelltribune.com.
What could possibly live out here is a question you have probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats from the Sandhills to the Arroyo, from the Pinyon Juniper Zone, and through the Canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the Nocturnal Exhibit, a walk through the park, including the Aviary and Reptile Exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitor Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
We're a nation that speaks English.
In the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. Monica once said, "My life feels like the test I didn't study for."
Make it crazy.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Call or text now.
Fantasy football draft season is here. When you feel like your draft is going wrong, don't panic.
Call the Fantasy Draft Crisis Hotline.
Fantasy Draft Crisis, what's your emergency?
Somebody just took my running back.
Stay calm. How many picks until you're up?
I got two picks.
Okay, breathe. Do you have another running back queued?
No, he's gone too.
Sir, listen to me. Whatever you do, do not panic draft a quarterback.
I can't think. I'm just going to take a kicker.
No, put the kicker down. Put the kicker down. Damn it, we lost another one.
The Fantasy Draft Crisis Hotline. Because every bad season starts with one bad decision.
All right, Monica, you got my text message?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
So, all right.
How'd I know?
Our listener is making reference to John Holmes. Poor Monica.
Y'all
Has
are
no
sorry.
idea who John Holmes is.
Y'all keep messing with me. Y'all have one more.
I
week.
get it. The guy was a monster in the field that he performed in, no doubt. But poor little innocent. Man. All right, we got a lot of things to get to. Taking out trash, we'll get to that. President Trump out and about yesterday was in South Carolina, or Saturday was in South Carolina. We'll talk about that coming up in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns, home of the Stop Boxes. Want to be a responsible gun owner? You can do that with the Stop Box. Stop Box offers you the ability to no keys, no failures, no batteries, and being a responsible gun owner, making sure your guns are picked up and away from the little ones. And they're made in the United States, and you can get the complete line today at our buddies at Zia Guns. 1907 North Main in Roswell. They've got over 1,000 guns in stock. Looking to buy a gun. They will also allow you to trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Check them out, 622-0023. Closed Saturday, open every Sunday, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Looks like flock cameras are becoming a big issue during the midterm elections. Many Americans are upset about the use of the cameras, and the others don't give a flock about the flock cameras. The issue, Americans say, is a lot of people just can't afford the flock cameras. So if you can't be part of the flock, no, the issue is that they don't want to be spied on.
Yeah.
That's the issue. They do not want to be spied on, and they don't want our government to spy on them. So I get that. I get that issue. And so the government, it's becoming a big, the two big issues in the midterm elections: data centers and flock cameras. Dutch TV host drove a flog-shaped vehicle, 70 miles an hour, for the Guinness World Book of Records modernized shoe. That day, those that drive a Kia Soul, you still have the record for the modernized shoe. That looks like a dang shoe to me. 70 miles an hour in a Kia? Are you kidding me? 70. And Google. According to Google, the instrument instructional video, how to unclog a toilet, is among the top 10 searches this year from Google. So if you've gone on YouTube and typed in how to unclog a toilet, you are part of the people that have gone on and look how to unclog a toilet. Hot water. I'm going to give you my hot water and a plunger. Maybe that works. But can you believe that's in the top 10 searches?
Oh, yeah.
According to Google. How to unclog a toilet. Leslie Parrish, who was an actress. She passed away over the weekend. She was also seen on 3 couches, 3 on the couch. For the Love of Money. She was in Batman. She was a activist, anti-war activist. Maybe that's why I don't know who she is. She's 90 years of age and passed away. And The Odyssey has surpassed Deadpool and Wolverine as the highest rated R-rated movie of all time. And if you didn't see it over the weekend, number one movie over the weekend again this week.
No
4
way.
weeks in a row.
Wow.
Nobody is going to untopple Spider-Man. It is number one. Odyssey fell to number 4. But like I said, the highest rated R-rated movie of all time. But Spider-Man continues to make crazy money, made $39 million over the weekend. It continues to make a ton of money. From Lee County this morning, it looks like Michael Garcia was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter on Friday, and the death of Ismael Rios, bringing that 5-day murder trial to an end. This guy's sentencing date will come at a later time, but he was found guilty. Woman dies after stabbing. Suspect has been arrested. The woman died 2 days after that stabbing in Albuquerque. The suspect is now in custody. 52-year-old Geraldine Begay died after allegedly being stabbed. The perpetrator of the crime, Geraldine Begay, stabbed the woman in the shoulder early Friday morning. That person died. The victim was identified as 59-year-old Crystal Markham. She died at the hospital yesterday morning. And a man reportedly fires many rounds into a Maine Jewish summer camp. The man in Maine fired several gunshots into that summer camp in Maine last month, forced the campus into lockdown. The alleged attack occurred on August 7th, and a 36-year-old man launched into a drunken anti-Semitic attack, fired multiple rounds into that Jewish camp. And lightning strike started the fire in Capitan Mountains, Lincoln County. U.S. Forest Service Office and Lincoln County, Lincoln National Forest said crews and firefighters were working very hard. Officials said the fire started about 12 p.m. on Wednesday of last week. U.S. Forestry Service said the fire is estimated to be about 101 acres in size. Crews are working to map out the size and battle. So far, they're bringing in helicopters to help with that fire. No structural fire, no damage to any structures caused by this fire at this time. All right. Would you rather have problems? I'm going to say this as gently as I possibly can, because we have kids that are going to school. Mm-hmm. So there is a new, not a new medication, but a medication that that can help with men. And now they're saying it could cause you to have loss of vision. International team of researchers conducting research on 74,000 men ages 40 and over who are on Cialis. And they're saying Cialis, if you are on Cialis for up to 5 years, they're looking at your case, and glaucoma could cause glaucoma. So would you rather be blind or not be able to, boy, that's a tough one. Yeah. That's a hard problem to man. Yeah. So either way, not good. So this is the beginning of this study. So we'll see how it plays out, like maybe by the end of the year, if they have more information. And if so, I will pass that on to you. In India, or Guinea, looks like a large, massive garbage heap collapsed, killing about 30 people. 30 people killed. And so if you've never seen this, in India, Guinea, all these third world countries, people go out to the dump and search through the garbage for stuff they can, hate to say it, but stuff they can eat or stuff that, you know what they say, one man's is another man's. Yeah, I mean, so one man's trash is another man's treasure. And they were at a landfill, and they actually homes near the landfill that were actually collapsed. So what happens is you've got all this trash, and it starts, collapsing as it deteriorates, and the food deteriorates and the trash deteriorates, and then you've got a serious cave-in. 30 people killed yesterday. And Speaker Mike Johnson saying, do not count us out on the midterms. You better not bet against the House Republicans. I believe the House will be maintained. I think the Senate is pretty much up for grabs at this point. This morning we were talking about, is this the most silent election that you have seen in a long, long time? I mean, very quiet, very, very quiet. I'd love to hear from you this morning. Yeah, our number 877-396-9105. Monica and the Tex Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Fens and Artesia. Stay right now at Fens. Get the fried thighs and drumsticks, 99 cents a pound. Black Label bacon from Hormel, $3.99 for a 1 pound pack. Get the boneless top sirloin steaks for $6.99 a pound. Quarter loin pork chops for $1.99 a pound. Also, produce probably get the cantaloupes, $1.99 each. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag for $2.99. Get the avocados, the larger ones for 99 cents each. Plus, you can save right now on Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Big Red. Save $1 off the 24-pack. And when you go and look how much 24-pack is, that's it. Make sure and download that exclusive digital coupon to receive the $1 off. When I look at the price, $10.99 for a 24-pack, so you can save an additional $1. And in the deli department at Fens, don't forget they have the beef bologna for $8.48 a pound, mesquite turkey breast for $7.98 a pound. Great deli. Enjoy it all today at Fens and Artesia. Monica and the text.
Damn it, Daniel said Johnny Sins. I've never heard of him. Damn it, Daniel. Mayor of Greenfield said one man's she's crazy is another man's damn, he was right. And did the daylight savings bill pass? Asks a texter. Not yet. Monica Hader.
Senate ain't done a whole bunch of anything. Passed in the House, did not pass in the Senate.
Monica Hader said, I was told that if I didn't quit, that I'd go blind now. I'm going blind because of Cialis. And there's a huge...
Are you?
That's what Monica Hader said. Mm-hmm. Everyday Roswell listeners
really?
said there's...
For real, I'm interested in that. Because my doctor put me on that it actually is a good drug to prevent heart attacks and all kind of other stuff. Cialis is. So it has other benefits, and it's a pre-workout for if you want to get a pump in the gym. So I'm serious. I'm very serious about this.
Great texter said, an old wives' tale for men. I'm saying this delicately. If you use the date night or mistress methods too much, you can go blind. And there's a huge Greg Hull sign coming into Roswell from Vaughn. I see a lot of Hull signs in Roswell, including mine. Larry Marker has a lot of support in Roswell, too. And did all of those bikers actually go to Dearborn, Michigan? And if so, did they do anything or did they just talk? And Tomala Hader says, they got you again, Miss Monica. The best
John
athlete
Bolton strikes again.
The best athlete is Secretariat. Daniel, you of all people. Is that it? The Johnny Sins guy? Chamaco. I'm gonna have PA whoop you. And Junior DePorto says, dang, I had a bad morning. Walked outside, my car's gone. Aw. If anyone sees a white BMW, yes. If anyone sees a white BMW 320i, it's been stolen from Carlsbad. Has some black scuffs on the back bumper.
What? Dude, best of luck with that. That's crazy.
Sooner fan says, you talking earlier about the terrorists from Mexico and Canada where China is sending the stuff to them and come across cheaper. I guarantee if I was president, the border would be closed. I'd tell them, if you're American, you're over there to get home because they're closing the door. No walking throughs, no drive-through, nobody from there over here at all.
Well, it's time for us to quit messing around with Mexico. I mean, Mexico takes way more than they give to us. And it's time for us to just put the foot down.
Mm-hmm. And Jeffro said, I learned how to unclog a pooper right after I learned how to poop. Just saying. And don't forget Kathy Woolworth from Jal, New Mexico, the women's pro golfer. And let's see. Dane from Louisiana says, good morning, Miss Monica. Michael Jordan is by far the greatest athlete of all time. From Dane, Kevin's favorite Kuyon, working in the West Texas oil field, not known as the Patch. Dane, you better
Very
get on
much
it.
known as the Patch, just like in Lafayette, Louisiana, known as the Patch.
Sooner fan says, the greatest sports player there is Caitlin Clark, and she'll be that way for a long time. And Lencho says, good morning, Breakfast Club. Hope your weekend was awesome. I worked the weekend and I missed the Breakfast Club. It's boring without you guys. Love the show. In my opinion, the best athlete is Michael Jordan. Have a great day, B, Monica, and Will. You guys are awesome. So are you, Lencho. Thanks for tuning in. And Brian from Albuquerque sent in a link. Top of it says Boogie Nights. I'm not clicking on it. I'm scared what I might see. And God morning, said this texter. And that's it for the text line, B. Back to you.
Wait, can you live life on the edge? Click on it. See what it does.
Okay.
I mean, he's not one of the one that always sends you inappropriate stuff.
Okay. What about Boogie Nights? Ryan?
It's a link.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like a judge grants a temporary gun restrictions against a man accused of threatening his neighbors in Albuquerque. The judge has granted that temporary gun restrictions for the Albuquerque man who is accused of frightening his West Side neighbors with a rifle. Kenneth Baer was charged with harassment, aggravated stalking, and assault after prosecutors said he was seen with a rifle and a sidearm making threats to his neighbors who works as an Albuquerque police officer, department officer. So he will remain behind bars until trial. But the neighbor has asked the court to issue an extreme risk firearm protection order against the man, known as the red flag law. The hearing is set later this week to discuss the matter. And by the way, that has been pushed back to September 25th. That's a long time. It's supposed to be this week, pushed back to September 25th. If granted, Baer could be barred from possessing a gun for 1 year. Until then, the judge has issued a temporary red flag order against Baer. And New Mexico cannabis operators are raising concern with the brand about revenue loss and layoffs as the state transitions to a new inventory system, which includes a 6-day blackout period starting August 25th. So cannabis operators voicing their concern about that 6-day blackout period starting this coming August 25th as the state transitions from the current inventory system to the BioTrack, which is a new system that new system is called Seed to Sale System. During the blackout, inventory cannot legally move between growers, possessors, or dispensaries, leaving dispensaries to only sell their current inventory. Some dispensaries are saying there could be losses of more than $100,000 and could have some layoffs. ICE claiming New Mexico Congresswoman violated visitation rules at the Torrance County. We talked about Teresa Lega Fernandez already. And James Tallarico is prostituting the name of Jesus, according to a senior pastor at a First Baptist church in Dallas, delivering a blistering assessment about James Tallarico and his theological background. According to the pastor, saying Tallarico is just prostituting the Bible and prostituting the name of Jesus to get elected. Tallarico has said some crazy things. Even the president has talked about James Tallarico. President Trump over the weekend was in South Carolina. Even the president talking about old James Tallarico. The president talking about James Tallarico, and he won't mention him by name.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the cut. He won't mention him by name. He just says that guy running in Texas is what he said. I'm looking for the cut. Maybe. No, I think
Texas,
this is the cut.
Democrat nominee for Senate, said he hates Christianity and that the 10 Commandments are a form of fascism. The 10 Commandments are fascism. He's a disaster, that guy.
Yeah, I think bigger disaster if we elect James Tallarico. That will be the part of that problem. And in South Carolina, Tim Scott introduced the president of the United States.
We love President Trump. We say it loud and we say it proud. Is this Donald Trump country? Oh, yeah. We love a president who closes our borders. We love a president who cuts our taxes. And we love a president who keeps Americans safe.
I always thought Tim Scott would be a good choice to become president one day. He's not a good speaker, though. No. I always thought he was better than that. And Carolyn Levitt came to the rally in South Carolina. Of course, she's leaving the job.
South Carolina. Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. President. You didn't need to bring me up on stage, though I do love a good podium. And I just want to say, President Trump, you are the most consequential and historic president in the history of our great country. And it has been the honor of my life to serve as your White House press secretary, sir. It really has. And I just want to let everyone in this room know how hard this man works for all of you and for every American across the country. Regardless of whether they're a Republican or a Democrat, you call this man at 6 in the morning, you call him at 3 in the morning, he picks up the phone because he's looking out for you. And he needs your help with a Republican Congress for the next 2 years so he can make our country greater and stronger and wealthier than ever before. So get out and vote. Thank you.
Wow.
Carolyn Levitt, now she is going to be leaving and taking a new job. She said she wanted to be with her kids. And so that will be, she's got 2 children now, but she is going back to work for MAGA Inc. MAGA Inc. is a super political action committee, and she will run MAGA Inc., and that will be giving her opportunity to stay home and do more at home. She has raised about $350 million in campaign funds through MAGA Inc., and that is a branch of course, the president. She has 2 children, young children. The latest child is 2-3 months old.
Yeah.
And so this will give her a chance to be able to work from home and be with her children at the same time. But she has nothing but good things to say about the president of the United States.
Yeah.
All right, Deb Haaland, Has this been a quiet, we asked this question this morning, has this been a quiet race? Well, when you have Deb Haaland talking about nothing that concerns you, talking about the arts.
No, I mean, it's exciting. I just, education is one of our main priorities for this campaign. And it's kind of an all hands on deck moment, right? I read an article.
I'm going to be honest, I can't take much of that, but Deb Haaland, by goodness, Deb, serious. What the heck is the matter with Deb Haaland this morning? All right, taking out trash on the way. IRS targeting one of the nation's prominent churches, one of America's most prominent evangelistic churches. IRS targeting them. And Dr. James, may make that Robert Jeffries, senior pastor for Baptist Church of Dallas, supposedly has been targeted by the IRS. They, now I don't know why the IRS would be going after the First Baptist Church in Dallas. Jeffries said a complaint was filed with the IRS to challenge the church's actions. The IRS has continued to investigate them. The investigation started under Biden and continued under President Trump. Iran's back. Houthi rebels claim a victory. They attacked the Saudi airport and an oil facility. So Iran doesn't care who they attack. They just want to attack somebody.
Right.
So how long will this war last? I have no idea. And the first ever, they brought the donkeys in, the burros in, and they actually had burro races over the weekend in Ruidoso.
Burro races.
Donkeys. Burros. Yeah. So they did the races, the Sierra Blanca, Burro Bonanza, Strike It Rich races. And so the course, 3 mile long. They also had a course that was 6 and 9 miles long. 80 individuals, along with their 4-legged companions, took part in the races over the weekend. Supposedly it was a big deal. And Guatemala is receiving 2,300 Mexican deportees. So the United States is deporting Mexican citizens through Guatemala. Guatemalan's president has accepted the 2,284 Mexican deportees. Plane carrying the Mexicans landed in Guatemala. And you know why they're doing this, Monica?
No. Why?
They're sending them as far away from the border as possible.
Oh, wow.
That way it'll take them a while to come back to America. Maybe.
Wow.
So Mexican nationals to a third world country, this is nothing new. And 5 illegal entries. 5. Mark them down. ICE arrested Mexican national Thursday after authorities say he illegally entered the United States, not once, but 5 times, attempting to cross 4 other times when he was turned around. This guy will not stop. 4 times coming across, 4 times being turned around. Continuously, this guy is continuously come around. But, you know, I watched the arrest of this guy, and there's one thing that I see. These people are fighting to stay in America. According to ICE information that was obtained by Fox, this gentleman illegally entered the United States 5 times and made 4 additional attempts to come into the country.
Whoa.
He was recently arrested for a terroristic threat, put in jail for 60 days. He was deported, came back in the country, deported, came back in the country. And this is a problem that we have. And I don't know how we solve that besides tightening down the border. That's it. I don't know how you fix this problem. And Carmelo Anthony, we talked on Friday about Carmelo Anthony getting a retrial. Well, a Texas judge denied Carmelo Anthony's requests for a new trial and that deadly stabbing at the track meet. Now, information that came out Thursday that evidently the Metcalf boys used the N-word and they did stupid things. They admitted that they did stupid things. But then info came out about the trial. The reason why they would not put Carmelo Anthony on the stage or on the stand is that he actually fantasized about killing individuals and licking the blood off the knife. So if you only got the Metcalf part of the story, the other part of the story was that information that came out about Carmelo Anthony. That's why they wouldn't put him on the stand. It's craziness. So he fantasized about killing blacks, Mexicans, and white people, and licking the blood off the knife.
Ew,
crazy. All right, we're going to get to taking out trash coming up, things that happened on this date in history. We'll get to all of that in just a second. Keep you updated with everything going on. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminding you the governor continues to attack our way of life. You know, as the governor is walking out the door, I bet she's got some things planned. I bet she's got some things planned, no doubt. We're going to eat conservatives that are pushing back on this idea, pushing back, standing up for the Constitution. And I say, you got Randy Pettigrew, District 61. If you were in District 61, he needs your support. He needs your vote. Vote for Randy Pettigrew. Randy continued to stand up for our Constitution, your rights. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. Go to the website, randallpettigrew.com. Monica in the text.
All right. We had one texter say, hold on. Where's Mr. Burkenyo? This is what he said. They're keeping this election quiet so that their conservative voters will forget or won't prioritize this election. When you're focused on everything else, it's easy to forget that this is an election year. Therefore, by allowing us to slip past the voting day, Deb Haaland gets in. That's basically what like if you keep it quiet, you don't realize what's going on. All those dead voters get her in.
Shouldn't it be the Republicans' job to yell and scream and put up? I don't know.
Yeah.
To put up a good fight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This texter said Sophie Cunningham is the best athlete of all time. Good morning, y'all. Best athlete, Brett Favre. And have y'all heard anything about the data center that they want to build near Hobbs? I just heard about it yesterday, John 3:16. As a matter of fact, we were talking about it last night. I didn't know. Dexter's Lab texter says, good morning, breakfast crew. Have you guys heard about how the firefighters and others that are fighting the Frijoles fires have been getting harassed by intruders at their base camp? You don't say. And Little Caesar's Lover said many, many years ago, they used to do a mule race, 25-mile mule race from Upper Amber. It's like 25 miles north of Socorro. They started the race and ended in Socorro, right down the middle of the highway, right down the middle of the interstate. Oh, no. Red in Albuquerque said, hey, Monica, ever since you called Deb Squidward, that is all I see now. Definitely going to miss you. Aw. And David in Artesia said, Monica, did you research John Holmes' sports career? Yes, you jerk. I did. Not okay. And I went and looked up the other guy that Daniel sent in. Y'all are mean. Those are not athletes. Those are pervs. Chingon said, so there was a Democrat gathering in Ruidoso.
Wait, John Holmes was not a pole vaulter?
B.
What? I was confused. No, he wasn't. whatever
Wrong
reason, I was
kind
thinking he
of
was.
pole to be vaulting with, okay?
Oh, okay. I'm confused.
Boogie Nights
Daniel.
was a Boogie Nights. I'm turning red up in here. Listen. Boogie Nights was a motion picture released in 1997. It starred Burt Reynolds and Philip Seymour. The movie is about John Holmes. That's all. It's legit. Oh. John Vasquez says, Bobby Miles, the best athlete? Did you mean to... He said Booby Miles, the best athlete.
Oh, Booby Miles. Yeah, man, have you seen Booby lately?
No. Seen mine.
He's got some man boobies.
Chip says,
Great running back from Odessa, Texas.
Have you seen the body cam footage of the Lee County Sheriff tasing that guy from Lovington? No. Send it, Chip.
I did look, and I'm going to be, I watched it, and I commented on it, and I had a good friend listen to the show, said I'm wrong about it. I don't know. Maybe we just come from a different era. When the cops tell me to stop fighting, when they grab your arm to put you in handcuffs, and they tell you to turn around, I don't know. I've taught my kids to just obey the orders. The time to fight is
in court.
And so I get it. There's going to be, in court, there is going to be a lawsuit. They're going to sue the Lee County and say that this guy was unjustly tased, but it could have been worse. He could be dead. And not be there for his family. Now, I don't know the sheriff's deputy. I do not know this individual, but I'm just telling you what I have taught my kids. Do not fight the police, obey the commands, and when they give you a lawful directive to turn around and be handcuffed, turn around and be handcuffed. Do not fight the police. I will say this much. It was a little late in the game when they tased him, but he did not obey the orders, the directives that were given. That's all I'm going to say.
Good morning, y'all. The best athlete, Brett Favre. John Vasquez, Gary Bertier, the best linebacker. Amen. From Remember the Titans, John. Best linebacker ever. Big Trucker C said, LOL, he was a pool player. Talking about John Holmes. Also, Dexter's Lab Texter said, I wonder if there is a man and woman couple, serial killers in Roswell, targeting the homeless. I pray that whatever is being done in the dark with those people is going to come to light quickly, because it's not okay.
Well, we know at least 3. They said there could be more homeless people that are dead. That sounds like a serial killer.
Yeah, like somebody that's targeting people that can't fight back or whatever. Rocket says, Monica, Deb Holland must be related to Ozzy Osbourne, the way she mumbles. That's right. John from Muna said, good morning, you guys. Yeah, I read that where they said Metcalf had used racial slurs and said the N-word, and I'm thinking to myself, LOL, yeah, I'm pretty sure Carmelo never said anything racist or the N-word in his lifetime either. And El Guapo Gringo said, my opinion, if you don't have enough money to run your campaign, you save it towards the end where it will be fresh on voters' minds. And USA All the Way said, I've been arrested a few times and pulled over several times. Each time I complied and was respectful because every single event was my own fault and I never had any repercussions happen. Mayor of Greenfield said the best athlete is Jackie Robinson. Go Dodgers. And Monica Hader said, don't insult Ozzy. That wasn't an insult. The dude could sing, but he couldn't put a sentence together to save his life. Hush. Chuck from Hobbs said, the Lion Leo Carmelo team roper. And the best athlete, Tom Brady. The rings don't lie. And Pathetic Texter says, when that boot gets pushed into your face, just lick it. Don't fight, don't argue, just lick the boot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
B from Radio 105.1.
And you wonder, you asshats are going to be crying when people are shot dead. And you're going to go, yeah, I mean, they shot him. They killed him. Just comply. The time to fight is when you go to court. It's not about licking boots. It's about simply comply. And you know what? The police, we will not have any police officers with the next generation because you guys, I have the right to, I have the right to be disrespectful. I have the right to this. I have the right to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm from a different generation. The time to fight is when you go to court. And if the cops stop me because they think that I have a stolen motorcycle, then I'm gonna probably go to jail, bond out, go to court, and they're gonna go, wait, you didn't steal a motorcycle, and then I will sue them for wrongful incarceration. But I'm not fighting anybody. I'm not fighting because they have a gun, and I'm not gonna die
or get shocked or get tased
or get look. Thank God you can come back from being tased.
And pathetic texter, you have just earned yourself a new text handle. You are officially B's biggest hater fan. There you go.
That's fine.
I love it. Hull is going to lose support if he doesn't get rid of these stupid speed cameras in Rio Rancho. Just my opinion, said a texter. And Jeffro said, get to work on that kitty rocket. Rio Doso Donkey Race was such a great time. They're having another next month in Silver City. Best pound-for-pound athlete was Sean O'Grady. And Smokey said, Ozzy had a damn good reason for not being able to talk right from all the drugs that man did over his lifetime. And Mr. Burqueño said, Jackie Robinson, John Bones Jones, and Holly Holmes. Amen. Holly Holmes was a very good athlete. Ass Hats is 100% correct, said this texter. Mike in the ER said, Tom Brady wasn't the best. He played in a much different era and not when football was real. Ooh. And Just Asking said, Monica, when are you going to get tased? Whenever a cop shows up to the studio and tases me.
We'll see if we can get that done. All right, Monica, we got to get to things that happen. Take it out the trash. Taking out trash this morning, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-408-1719. Veteran-owned and operated. They do residential trash pickup, commercial trash pickup. They even have the big roll-off containers. Find them online, trash-eaters.com, or call Kayleen, 575-408-1719. Proud sponsor of Taking Out the Trash. We're going to put this guy in the trash, put the can on it, the lid on it. Hopefully he never gets out. Former music teacher in Oregon at a nonprofit was arrested Thursday and charged with sexual abuse, rape, and kidnapping. County Sheriff's Office in Oregon detectives began investigating Derek Douglas Reeder in early 2026 when they say he had an inappropriate relationship with a child that he met in the summer of 2023 while teaching music at a nonprofit organization. By the way, communication between him and the child available on Instagram and through text messages. Reeder's employment with the nonprofit ended in 2024. Detectives learned that he also owned a business teaching guitar and music lessons called Slinky Strings. Taught kids how to play the guitar. By the way, he has been charged with multiple counts, first-degree rape, 2 counts of second-degree sexual abuse, second-degree kidnapping, second-degree assault, and having sex with a child under the age of 18 and providing alcohol and marijuana to the kid. We're taking him right to the trash. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. 816. Things that happen on this date in history. Being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing. Roofing and insurance specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured. Owner-operator for over 30 years, Dwayne Pennick, also has that A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 575-318-9725. Get in touch with A Custom Construction and Roofing, warning you about the out-of-town, out-of-state contractors. When they're gone, the warranty is gone. Call Dwayne Pennick this morning, 575-318-9725. On this date, in 410, Rome was overrun on this date in history. England's King George publicly labeled the American colonists the rebels. The year was 1775. Thanks for the label. 1814, British invaded Washington, D.C., and the War of 1812, setting fire to the Capitol and the White House. No wonder they were surprised. The attack took place in 1812. It happened in 1814. I couldn't keep up with that either. Waffle iron was patented on this date in 1869. Communist Party banned from the United States. The year was 1954. How far have we come? Microsoft began selling Windows 95 in the year 1995. By the way, Windows 95 had so many problems, they ended up calling it the blue screen of death. Birthdays today, handful of birthdays. Ron Wesley from Harry Potter is 38 years of age. Dave Chappelle is 53. Brett Oliver is 53, the boy from the Never Ending Story. Craig Kilborn from the Late Night Show is 64 years of age. Cal Ripken Jr., baseball great, 66 today. Steve Guttenberg is 68 years old, probably best known for the Police Academy movies. Stephen Fry having a birthday. He's 69 today. And that's pretty much it for birthday. Oh, the drummer from Heart, Mike Gossier, is 75 years old today. By the way, if it's your birthday or celebrating an anniversary, happy birthday. Wish going out to you. We got to get to our national anthem and our pledge. Keep you updated with everything going on. News on the way. A national anthem and the pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Man, she's made a lot of changes in her office as of late. She has an independent insurance, can take care of your home, your auto, your life insurance. Looking for motorcycle insurance or recreational insurance, she can take care of all of your insurance. Bundle it all together, save you a lot of money. If you're looking for the right coverage at the right price, you better call Rebecca Long, 575-393-6909, serving the entire state of New Mexico. Rebecca Long, independent insurance agent, 575-393-6909. Proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge.
Good morning. My name is Jack Zeeble. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God bless you. 821 Our large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in complete control.
Today's verse of the day is Galatians 5:14. One rule brings together all the rules in God's law. That one rule says, love other people as much as you love yourself.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Jude Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
All right, we're going to take a break. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, reminding you accidents happen when you least expect them. And when they happen, you need a trusted law firm to fight for you. Ragsdale Law Firm, they specialize in car accidents, personal injury, medical malpractice, and oil-field accidents. Ragsdale Law Firm, based in Roswell, there for you every step of the way. And don't forget, you never pay until they win your case. Call Luke Ragsdale this morning, 575-208-5300, online at theragsdalelawfirm.com. It's already 8:23. We're coming right back. We're being the Breakfast Club.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump stepping up the pressure on Iran's bottom line with new economic penalties. United States Representative to NATO Matt Whitaker telling Fox.
These sanctions are going to be dramatic. I think they're going to be meaningful. But, I want to highlight their currency is as weak as it's ever been, and inflation is skyrocketing.
And Iran's currency hitting a new record low in trading today. Pakistan, which played a key role in brokering a 60-day ceasefire in June, sending a high-level delegation to Tehran today to discuss ending the war. At least 6 people are hurt, including 3 first responders from the Hawk Fire in Reno, Nevada.
The zero containment is the problem. Again, containment being a perimeter that they're trying to set up around the fire, but the fire itself will still be burning.
Fox Weather's Brenna Merwin. Governor Joe Lombardo declaring a state of emergency. America's listening to Fox News.
At the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo, there's no shortage of fun and adventure for the entire family. Explore a wide variety of space-related exhibits, including an interactive space shuttle simulator,
a real moon rock brought back on Apollo 17 by New Mexico astronaut Harrison Schmitt,
rare replicas of the first man-made satellites, Sputnik and Explorer, and the Gargoyle, an early guided missile. Visit the New Mexico Museum of Space History, Alamogordo's premier tourist destination. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 till 5. Sunday, noon till 5. Closed Tuesdays.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. Accident cleanup is going on westbound I-40. It's at Carlisle Boulevard. You'll find jammed up traffic from Louisiana Boulevard toward that point. East along I-40 is getting slower as well from 12th Street and toward the ramp to go north on the I-25. On Alameda, there's a collision. It's going westbound at I-25. It's causing brief delays at the interchange as well as on the ramps. And the southbound side of I-25, that's causing very heavy spots from Paseo del Norte and toward Montgomery Boulevard. Otherwise, you run much better after that and toward the interchange with I-40. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9.
What's really going on? Daniel Bellows here, Permian Ford Lincoln, owner of Sanger in Del Paso, Hobbs America! Hey, no, for real, August Super Sale is on. I'm excited to tell you very confidently that we have the best pricing within 500 miles. Bigger than Texas, baby. Check us out online, PermianFord.net. If you can't find what you're looking for, we'll go get it. It's easy.
Permian Ford, Truck Central USA.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial as well as industrial units for the patch. Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating.
Hi, this is Sean Dosh, first Vice Chair of the Republican Party of Lincoln County, inviting you to one of our most anticipated events of the year, the 2026 Lincoln Reagan Dinner on Saturday, August 29th at the beautiful Inn of the Mountain Gods in Mescalero. Join fellow conservatives for an unforgettable evening featuring nationally recognized speaker Christian Hodges, whose inspiring message of faith, freedom, and the future of America is energizing audiences across the country. You'll also hear from New Mexico's Republican gubernatorial nominee, Greg Hull, and Lieutenant Governor nominee, David Gallegos, as we unite to steer New Mexico in the right direction. The evening begins with a VIP reception and social hour, followed by dinner and the program. Seats and sponsorships are going fast, so reserve your table today by calling Rhonda Vincent at 575-937-1475 or visit rplcnm.org for tickets and event information. We look forward to seeing you August 29th at the Lincoln Reagan Dinner, because together we're building a stronger future for New Mexico.
Paid for by the Republican Party of Lincoln County.
For over 30 years, Franklin Veterinary Clinic has been providing compassionate and comprehensive veterinary care to small and large pets and their families. When you visit the clinic, you can expect to be greeted by a courteous receptionist, clean exam rooms, friendly doctors, and caring technicians. Franklin Veterinary Clinic is proud to serve Lincoln County and beyond, including Ruidoso, Capitan, Hondo, Lincoln, Carrizozo, Nogales, Cloudcroft, Roswell, Alamogordo, Chula Rosa, and the Corona area. For an appointment, telephone 575-378-4708.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast over southeast New Mexico, and temperatures will start mild in the mid to upper 70s, but we're going to go to 105 degrees in Roswell by this afternoon. The same temperature range too in Carlsbad, Artesia at 106 degrees. And Lovington at temperatures at 104 degrees under a sunny sky. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
You guys are absolutely wonderful.
Be in the Breakfast Club on air, online, on your phone.
Yep, it's official. I'm a fan.
You guys are still the best.
And I like them because they don't F around.
This is not headline news. A tornado hit New York City. It blew so hard, New Yorkers thought it was the Jets. The share of Americans who say they drink alcohol remains at a record low 54% for the second consecutive year, which ironically is driving alcohol company executives to drink more. Bret Michaels canceled the rest of his tour on the advice of his doctor, who advised him that he wasn't selling any tickets. And on September 8th in St. Louis, the Foo Fighters will open for AC/DC, or as it's being billed, Dad Rock Woodstock. This is not headline news.
It's already 8:30. We are B and the Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving this morning, you're on 128, you need fuel. Exit Buck Jackson Road, go down less than 3 miles, fill her up. Covered area. It's supposed to be like 104 this afternoon. You know, you're going to be out there filling up. Well, they got a covered area, so they'll keep the sun off the back of your neck. So, yeah, fleet cards, debit cards, credit cards are accepted. They sell diesel, red diesel, green diesel, DEF, unleaded, of course. Open to the public. Check them out today. Twin Wells Fuel Station right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Just a reminder, be safe on the road from the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Spider-Man, Brand New Day, was again the #1 movie at the box office. However, Peter, his spidey sense tingling was going on, and also the ringing of the cash register. The largest grossing movie ever. Craziness. And Paramount is trying to settle with a California lawsuit. New Mexico is also suing. We don't want the merger between Warner Brothers and Paramount. A lot of people against this merger because of Warner Brothers and HBO Max and Paramount. I think it's a great merger. A great name could come out of this.
Yeah.
HBO Max, Mount Plus. I think it's a great name, and I don't know why so many people are against it. At the end of the day, will it affect me adversely? Probably not. Will it make another mega? I mean, look, when you look at Walmart, do they have too many stores?
No.
You don't think so?
I think there needs to be more Walmarts.
What about Walgreens? I mean, isn't that a monopoly?
I mean, Walgreens serves its purpose for the pharmacy part. I'd rather shop at Walmart
Well,
than Walgreens.
so does Paramount Plus and HBO Max. I don't know. I hate when the government gets involved in all this stuff. Nancy Kissinger, who worked with Henry Kissinger, that's his former wife. She passed away over the weekend, 92 years of age. Starbucks laid off about 120 corporate workers. They refused to relocate from Seattle to their brand new corporate office in Nashville, Tennessee. So they were laid off. Well, they really weren't laid off. They decided they would not move, and they took the severance package. And actor Michael Wright, best known for his roles in Sugar Hill and Five Heartbeats, has passed away, heart failure, and at a relatively young age. And new study says that when you eat your breakfast compared to when you eat between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., the first meal between 8 and 10 was associated with 10% higher chance of death. I'm not, you know what, I'm beginning not to believe any of these medical research things. So if you eat early in the morning, you're going to die. But if you eat between 7 and 8,
you're good.
You're not going to die. I'm just not buying into the whole thing. Not going to buy into it. And I'm not buying into the whole thing. If you take Cialis, you're going to lose your eyesight. Now, it would be a toss-up, Monica. It would really be a toss-up. So on one hand, I will not ever be able to meet my wife's expectations. But on the other hand, I will never be able to see her beautiful smiling face. Which one do you take?
What? Is this a boring question?
Cialis, you know what Cialis is used for?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you continue to take Cialis, you'll be able to.
Yeah, they're saying.
To
they're
meet her
saying
needs,
Cialis
but not be able to see yourself or see her face.
Yeah, they're saying Cialis can cause glaucoma if you use it for a long period of time.
Well,
and I'm just like, I don't know. It's a toss up.
I mean, I don't know if I want to talk about it.
It would be a toss up. Yeah, I mean, losing my eyesight would be terrible. You know what would be worse?
Bro,
losing
I know
my hearing.
you. You're not going to give up your eyesight to give up the dew. Like, you're going to keep.
I don't know. That would be with me, that would be a toss up. I would have to have some surgery.
What good does it do to see and not be able to perform?
I can.
A la máquina.
I
I'll take
can
the
feel
blind,
myself
bro.
around. I can feel around.
Nah, neg.
I don't know.
Give
I
me
don't
the-
know.
I'll describe it.
My
I'll
dad
describe-
lost his. Yeah. My dad lost his hearing, and that was a terrible, terrible deal.
You're just going to have
And
to
then
be
my
to
uncle
start giving
lost
you
his-
the play-by-plays.
With that,
I said, you're going to have we give you the play-by-play when you guys are,
yeah, maybe.
you know?
Yeah. It would be a toss-up. 36% of Americans say they have cursed out. They've been cursed out or verbally assaulted their computer. Have you ever cussed out your computer?
I have not, but you have. You do it on a daily.
Oh, I've cussed out my computer like on the daily.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, heck yeah. So 36% of Americans say in the last 6 months they've cussed out or verbally assaulted their computer. I was cussing out my soundboard on Friday. I was cussing that damn thing out 6 ways to, and then asking Jesus for forgiveness all in one breath.
A la máquina.
Tough. Looks like Burt Tourism scam. We'll talk about that up next. Monica and the text, our number 877-396-9105.
All right. There are other drugs out there that do the same thing other than Cialis. And local beach bum said, take vials until you need glasses. And Jules said, B, I got you. It's a hard decision.
That would be a tough decision.
Cialis going blind is like if old saying, you don't eat your carrots, you're going to have to wear glasses. Cállate. Batty Bird said, does Cialis?
Well, I mean, but
if you don't eat your carrots.
that would be a terrible way to, I mean, glaucoma is also, it's more than losing your eyesight because it is the pressure building up behind your eyes. So that's also painful.
Mario B said, yeah, I'd rather see. Dang, Mario B. Mr. Burqueño said, instead of yelling at the computer, does verbally assaulting and degrading Siri count? And he said, I'd rather have a working package than working eyes. I know what it looks like. Not something I have to worry about yet, but I'd much rather see, said damn it, Daniel. You guys are funny. Does Cialis also make you grow hair on your hands? And Junior says,
I don't know about that. I mean, the dose I'm on is a very, very small dose because it's, they say that if you just take a small dose, the benefits, so I'm not taking so I didn't have any problems before, but the doctor said this would be good for you to be on because it goes along with testosterone and the whole thing. So
you can always put a pump
in. Go talk to Desert Functional about that.
Mario P says you can always put a pump inside, LOL. And Cialis only makes you blind if you take it when you're alone. And Junior Munoz said, now I know why I'm losing my vision, LOL. Big Poppy said, Cialis equals C-less. That's probably why they named it that. And Jay the Pumper said that Spider-Man movie is setting records as far as money earned. Do y'all think the actors are capped at what they make, or do they keep getting money as long as it's profitable?
No, they get residual. They get residual money for life.
Wow. Small dose for a small tool, said Monty. And looking at it now,
how would you know such things?
I'm out. I don't know about this. I mean, I'm just saying. I know what I'd want my man to choose. But in the name of Jesus, that's never.
Do I really need my eyesight?
I mean, you just
if you're
said
watching
you would.
on camera.
You just said you would choose your eyes. You're
Look, they're both terrible. My uncle was a Golden Gloves boxer and took a lot of shots to the head, evidently, and he lost. I think something happened to him in World War II. And so when he came back from the war, he lost sight of one eye and then lost sight, and he could see like this, like a pony with blinders on, where he could see right in front of him. That would be about that was about it. And so him and my dad would do a lot of traveling, going to ball games, and my dad couldn't hear anything and he couldn't see. So you put them together and then one could hear and one could see.
That's funny. Listen, between looking up John Holmes, looking up what Mario B just sent in, this poor computer. Bless his heart. It's
Will's gonna need a break from the computer. Will's gonna be like, who's been on this computer?
I'm just gonna say, go back and listen to the show. Testosterone shrinks the walnuts, says Governor of Realville. Monica, you could always get a Sybian. No. And I heard the 3 blind mice were taking Cialis. Brian from Albuquerque.
They could have been.
Thank you for not sending in anything inappropriate. Thank you. Whatever. Looking at it now, the reason Tomei probably enjoyed WWE and its predecessors was because of certain female athletes like Joan Marie Laurer and Tammy Lynn Sitch. Los Lunas listener said Jesse Owens was a good athlete.
Great athlete.
Not the best
And
athlete.
did so much besides being an athlete.
Yeah. Certified White Boy said, not the best athlete, but an honorable mention, Don Fry. And Greg from Artesia says, I've got a taser. I can tase you, Monica. Well, maybe. Maybe. And Jeff Rose said, if communism was banned, who made it legal again? And this texter said, is that a donkey on the show? It sounds like it when she laughs. That hurt.
By the way, I just looked it up. Cialis does not shrink. Does not
The genitals?
shrink the boys.
Can you say genitals?
That's what it said.
Certified White Boy said, oh, okay, I already said that one. Don't worry, Monica. Russell will take it back to the midget variety. You are in the clear. And I hope that computer has antivirus protection, said, damn it, Daniel. It's all your fault, Daniel. Mr. Burqueño said, I second Don, the Predator Fry. And Monica, the same people that are calling you a bootlicker are the same ones that are voting for socialism. An idea so good that it needs to be forced on you.
Man, I gotta get called a bootlicker about 20 times just off that one Facebook post that I answered about that guy getting tased. You're bootlicker, you're bootlicker. No, I'm just gonna live another day. That's it. Don't fight the
Right.
police. Follow directions.
A northern texter texted and said, hey, can somebody please inform your texter that Greg Hull isn't the mayor of Rio Rancho anymore and he can't do anything about the cameras now?
anymore.
Good point. Very good point. That man is still a beast, said Mr. Burqueño. Let's see. The best pound for pound athlete, Bo Jackson, said Steve B. Artesia fan said, that's what's wrong in this country. Sue, sue, sue. Going along with what Stank leftist said, hey, B, you can sue, but you'll never get your money. Even if you win, they won't pay out. And Trucker Ben says, eventually a desire for relations is going to go away for 99% of other people. But if you choose relations over having vision, you're going to be blind for the rest of your life till you're done. If you're a visual person that gets excited from what you see and you're blind, what makes you think you're going to want to have relations anyway? Ooh,
I don't know. That'd
Ben.
be tough. That would be tough.
Listen, all I know is, how can I bring this back to God's word? He cares about everything that you care about. So if you pray over your package, men, I'm sure he's gonna. I mean, and you do right. And you're not
I'm
out there
over here
being a
doing like
cualquiera.
my uncle with the blinder vision. Just that would be that bad. I mean, I couldn't
I'm just
drive,
saying,
but
like,
I could still see. That wouldn't be terrible.
listen, the fact that like these things are things that men have to worry about, it's like, Lord have mercy. I mean, I don't feel sorry for y'all, but in a way, I'm like, what's the
hell yeah, I
equivalent?
feel sorry.
What's the equivalent? Like, because I feel like women's doesn't ever stop working, you know?
Oh, it could. It could. I don't want to get into it, but it could. All right, we're going to talk about birth tourism scams. We'll talk about that. I know a lot of people are upset this morning about having their green card removed because they are on public assistance. So if you are a green card holder and come to this country and you are on public assistance, President Trump said on Friday, we don't want people coming to the country and getting on public assistance. We don't need more welfare recipients. We brought you to this country to be self-sustaining. That we brought you to this country so that you can work and take care of yourself. And so if you're on, you could lose your public assistance, but at the same time, you could lose your green card because of this. Some people are kind of worried. I was following that story on Facebook on Friday. Some people are kind of scared. Are they going to lose their assistance? Hey, morning show this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry, dry cleaning, pressing, starching. Walk in, drop off all your laundry, and then just leave. And then come back a couple days, and it's all going to be done. Wash, dry, and fold, dry cleaning, starching, It can take care of the oily oil-filled clothes. So regular clothes, oil-filled clothes, they do it all. And they do have coin-operated machines at their location. So if you need them, you can take care of your own laundry. The way to go is just let them take care of it. Check them out today, 609 West Lee, Carlsbad 604 West Church, in Carlsbad 406 West Cedar, in Loving. One-stop shop for all your laundry, North Star Laundry. I love this guy. He is the youngest representative, Eric Gill, talking about America today and the difference between the Republicans and the
I think
Democrats.
the American people have a really clear choice this midterm season. You can either elect the party that ensured that prescription drug prices have come down more than they have in the past 60 years, the party that has secured the border in record time and has deported over 3 million illegal aliens, who have seen the biggest drop in violent crime in about a century, or you can elect the party who wants to have a government takeover of your local hospital to ensure that it runs the same way that your local DMV does, the party that wants to reopen our borders as a matter of policy and give amnesty to every illegal alien in the country, and who has admitted that in order to fund that, they're going to have to raise taxes on middle-class Americans to give welfare benefits to infinity illegal aliens, or the party who wants to both defund the police and abolish prisons. I think that the contrast between the vision of the Republican Party and the Democrat Party this midterm season.
Brandon Gill, he is, of course, a representative from the great state of Texas, talking about the difference between the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. Over the weekend, it looks like Hunter Biden had a chance to go on Bill Maher. Here's what he had to say about the war in Iran.
To the Middle East for a war that nobody asked for. It is absurd.
Well,
it is
not
literally
nobody,
absurd.
But, not nobody.
Like that's true. Bibi Netanyahu asked for it, and he was.
I mean,
100%.
your father, among every other Democrat. Excuse me.
Yes.
Every Democrat said Iran can't have nuclear weapons.
And every single Democrat and every president since Jimmy Carter refused what the Israelis wanted. Refused what the Israelis wanted was to bomb Iran. Well, every single one of them. The only person who fell for it was Donald Trump.
Yeah. True.
So looks like this guy's getting a platform all over the place. Hunter Biden. Yeah. Netanyahu, look, I'm not a fan of Netanyahu. I think he wants continuous war, and he wants to suck us into a continuous war. But at the same time, I do not want Iran to have nuclear weapons. So how do you prevent them from having nuclear weapons? They've found and determined they're not going to do it on their own. All right, boob of the day coming up next. Birth tourism scam draws sweeping crackdown on visa. Yeah, it looks like they were talking about this over the weekend, and Marco Rubio saying people coming to America to have babies or tourism, they are cracking down. Do you know the only way to crack down on this is you don't allow people that are pregnant to fly to America. If they are coming on a like a tourism visa, you just stop them from coming. You stop people that are pregnant coming across the border. That's the only way to defeat this, because if not, people are going to come over here, have babies over here. The babies are going to become U.S. citizens, and the parents chances are going to use our American citizens to fund their baby, because the baby is now a U.S. citizen. So the president has no choice in this matter. Birthright citizenship, it was okayed. It was ruled on by the Supreme Court. So the only way to do this is to stop entrance. That's the only way to do it. And will any other president have the intestinal fortitude to do it? Probably not. There lies the bigger problem. Now, if Marco Rubio is elected in 2028, maybe. All right, let me get to the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Man, I was on the phone with Lisa from Desert Functional. What a great staff Kelly Pfeiffer has. Good people in there. They know about pretty much everything that's going on. There's a lab right there at Desert Functional. So if you want to get your lab work done there, they can do it for you. So I had called to see if I can get the orders to get my lab work done. Went to the hospital here, and they wouldn't accept it. But when I get back to New Mexico next week, I'll go get my blood work done and visit Kelly Pfeiffer. For me, once a year, I do that weather report to find out where my testosterone is and where all my other levels are. They look at 24 biomarkers, more so than most doctors will ever look at. And, you know, a lot of issues can be determined by your blood work. Ladies, if you're going through hormonal issues, I encourage you to go get the blood work. Guys, your testosterone is low. You're starting to feel like you have no energy. Your libido is gone. Yeah, you probably need to make that appointment to get the blood work done. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. They do lots of aesthetics. They can do IV infusions and that type of stuff. 575-964-8025. Call them today. Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the boob of the day. Florida man, where else but Florida, was busted after destroying a police decoy surveillance camera. So a lot of people think it's okay to just destroy the flock cameras. Well, this man, he's 24 years old. About 1 a.m. in the morning, Evan Myers was caught destroying a flock camera in Seminole County. Had a face covering, but was that enough? No. He used his father's pruning shears to cut the device from the pole and then smash the flock camera. Told police that he is uncomfortable with flock cameras. Something tells me he's probably going to be more uncomfortable in jail. Myers, who stands 6'3", earned $200 weekly as a stagehand at a magic show, was charged with felonies and released on a $7,500 bond. Magic show, stagehands. They're leading the revolution against flock cameras. So taxpayer dollars paying for flock cameras and decoys? I had no idea we actually had flock camera decoys. This boob has found them and he destroyed them. But wait, it was only a decoy camera. Congratulations. Mr. Myers, you're going straight to jail. 3 felony counts. And you, my friend, are the boob of the day. When we come back, we'll talk about the Gallup. Is City of Gallup going to stop live streaming their meetings? We'll tell you why. And Democrat socialists, they want to get rid of the Constitution. Oh. And one person hospitalized after being penned under a vehicle. We'll talk about that and more coming up this morning. It's already 8:55. We are KWMW, Mount Jamar 105.1 FM, KWES 93.5 in Rio Doso, Conservative Talk ABQ, KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9, KNMQ 20.1 TV, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. And if you're watching us this morning on YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, wherever it is, hey, can you give us a like? Can you give us a comment and subscribe to the channel? Hit that notification so you know exactly when we come on the air as a reminder. If you could do all that for us, it would be greatly appreciated. Monica and the text, then we'll take our break 5 minutes away from 9 o'clock.
They used to tell us when we were young, if you did that too much, you'd go blind and crazy. I said, is it okay if I just do it till I'm goofy and wear glasses? And you'd have to do a pregnancy test. They could always claim fluffiness, said Jeffro. And it's so sad. Actress Shelley Fabares from the TV show Coach and the Donna Reed Show had passed away. What a great loss. She was an amazing talent. And Bibi doesn't want a continuous war, but Iran does. Iran funds Hamas, who kidnapped both Israeli and American citizens on 10/7. Iran also threatened the Trump family repeatedly. And Big Trucker C said, oh, yeah, women can have that problem. They can go from WAP to DOP. And Big Trucker C said, just rub some Vicks on it. Oh, my gosh. Bradley in Florida said, LMAO, gotta love the Florida man stories. And last one, Chip said, there's a restaurant on Main Street in Lovington that has a flock camera on the restaurant sign. No way, Chip. What restaurant is it? I won't say it. And last one, a Texas listener said, the best athlete ever was Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner. She was good. Amen. Oh, wow, Chip. Good to know. Good to know. And that is it for the text line for right now.
Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about live streaming city council meetings in Gallup. We'll tell you why. I think that I was like, really? We'll get to that up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd Roswell, homegrown and proud of it. Farm and Ranch Supplies, Western Wear, feed for your animals, certified Purina dealer, trailers, tank, tack, fencing materials, 1105 East 2nd Roswell, also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Check them out today. We're coming right back. We're Beyond the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News this hour being brought to you by Estacado Federal Credit Union with branches in Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice, and Denver City, Texas. For more information, find them at estacadofcu.com.
There are 5 factors that are used by the 3 credit reporting agencies to determine your credit score: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit. There is much to know about your credit, and you should know it. Your credit is a valuable asset. It's wise to do all you can to improve it. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. The Bureau of Land Management leased 25 parcels totaling more than 20,000 acres across New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas, bringing in more than $139 million in a quarterly oil and gas lease sale. It's the latest in a string of strong sales in New Mexico, where leases in the state have generated more than $4.4 billion so far this year, accounting for roughly 90% of all BLM oil and gas leasing revenue nationwide. The sale was conducted under the Working Families Tax Cut Act, which reset the minimum federal onshore royalty rate to 12.5%, which is down from 16.67% set under the Inflation Reduction Act. Officials say the lower rate reduces the cost of doing business on public lands and is expected to spur additional leasing and drilling activity. The city of Roswell is considering a more than $1.25 million tire shredder to deal with the growing stockpile of more than 30,000 tires in the city landfill, plus at least 5,000 more scattered around the Roswell Air Center. Shredded tire material can be used as landfill cover, mixed into asphalt used for erosion control, or sold as a substitute for gravel. City manager Heston Tima says the shredder would pay for itself, especially with interest from both Chavez and Lincoln counties in sharing the equipment. The city would break even after shredding about 30,000 tires, charging less than $10.50 a tire. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard, and this is MTD Radio News.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. Accident cleanup work is going on westbound I-40. It's at Carlisle Boulevard. You'll find jammed up traffic from Louisiana Boulevard toward that point. East along I-40 is getting slower as well from 12th Street and toward the ramp to go north on the I-25. On Alameda, there's a collision. It's going westbound at I-25. It's causing brief delays at the interchange as well as on the ramps. And the southbound side of I-25, that's causing very heavy spots from Paseo del Norte and toward Montgomery Boulevard. Otherwise, you run much better after that and toward the interchange with I-40. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9.
Big win tonight. Everybody's celebrating and the drinks are flowing. And then somebody decides they're totally fine to drive. That's when every potential driver needs a timeout.
Think you can drink and drive? Terrible play.
Luckily, a sober friend steps in and offers a ride home instead. And just like that, crisis avoided. If someone's been drinking, get them a safe ride home.
Play on!
Make the right call. Help end DWI. Brought to you by NMDOT.
Ruidoso's free summer concert series is back, and Friday nights just got a whole lot cooler. Join us from 6 to 8 p.m. in Wingfield Park every Friday, now through Labor Day weekend, for live country and Americana music under the cool mountain sky. It's relaxed, it's family-friendly, and it's the kind of summer night you'll want to hold on to. Bring the kids, bring your chairs, and let the music play. Cool summer nights every Friday in Midtown Ruidoso. Check out the full artist lineup at discoverruidoso.com/cool-summer-nights.
The current fight for the Republican Party in New Mexico is hard. They're up against organizations like Emerge New Mexico and progressive liberals, moderate Democrats, and even some Republicans whose goals are to control your way of life, demonize oil and gas, grow the government, all while taking away your parental and constitutional rights. Randall Pettigrew is a constitutional conservative ready to battle them all. Get passionate, get involved, set your destiny. Stop allowing others to control you. If you're a constitutional conservative who wants to be informed, sign up for Randy's email updates at his website, randallpettigrew.com. That's Randall, R-A-N-D-A-L-L, Pettigrew, P-E-T-T-I-G-R-E-W.com.
With Toyota's national sales event, you can turn end of summer scaries into end of summer woes. Pack a picnic into a 4Runner and hit up a mountain vista.
Whoa!
Haul a bouncy castle in a tundra.
Whoa!
Or take a BZ to an amusement park. Whoa! Keep your woes going this summer in a new Toyota.
Event ends August 31st. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
I've always thought of you as a small, weak, and gutless man.
Your morning show powered by your Ford dealer. Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford.
Attention, happy workers.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Unless your name is Google, stop acting like you know everything. Even then, we're probably going to be suspicious.
Pay them more.
But I do like food. I'll tell you what, I enjoy it. The Waffle House, that's one of my favorite places right there. I like the Waffle House. Smothered and covered, by God. You're a communist if you don't eat it smothered and covered. But don't eat it too late, because you'll eat it smothered and covered, and it'll come out scattered and splattered, I guarantee. It ain't funny. Good Lord, I could have been over and pooped through a keyhole in there. It was ridiculous. I was madder than a one-legged waitress working at the IHOP. I tell you what. Here's your pancakes.
So today is Waffle Day, going on basically all day. Waffle Day. So waffles or pancakes, Monica?
Most definitely waffles.
Waffles.
Yeah, pancakes get too soggy right away.
Yeah, I kind of like the. I'll take either. Definitely
I'll
pancakes.
eat pancakes.
Though.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
First choice are waffles.
Good news is Nicolas Cage is making the third Natural Treasure movie. Nice. Even better news, Cage is not going to make the third Ghost Rider movie. I think that is excellent news. And new study out there saying that Walmart says it's going to use $2.9 billion it received from tariff refunds to lower the price. Now, what is Target doing? Target's doing the exact same opposite. Target is keeping the money. Oh. Target keeps the money. Walmart is going to try to lower the prices. Target received like almost $1 billion. And you would think that money would go back to the consumer because they raised the price. Yeah, it seems like it'd go. That's what Amazon did also. Mm-hmm. They're sending you a refund. I guess it goes back on the credit card that you spent the money on. Mm-hmm. But Target's keeping the money. Walmart is going to use that. Walmart got $2.9 billion in tariff refund, and they're going to use that money to lower the prices. Hopefully that works out. And are you any good, Monica, playing Uno?
Yes.
Uno Championship coming up in Los Angeles, November 11th. 7 contestants have a chance to win $50,000. You know, 50,000 sounds like a lot, but this is the best of the best in the world playing Uno. 50,000 doesn't seem like that much.
It's going to cost you
And
about
American,
10 to get there in the hotel and
yeah,
everything.
at least.
Huh? Yep.
Yeah, God only knows where you're coming from. And so Americans continue to cut back on drinking. Gallup poll shows 51% of U.S. adults are currently believe that consuming 1 or 2 alcoholic beverages per day is bad for your health. So Americans are not drinking as much as they used to. In fact, for the first time ever, Americans are consuming more marijuana than they are alcohol. First time in the history of America. City of Gallup stopping the live streaming of city council meetings. City said threats targeting city employees, elected officials, and infrastructure ranging from arson to property damage threats against individuals is the reason they are going to stop live streaming the meetings. Wait a second. How about calling the FBI? Yeah, they say local police, state police, and the FBI are investigating several posts. So the answer is to stop live streaming? No, I mean, is that really going to help?
You know,
going after individuals would help. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Unless they're remaining anonymous and they don't know who it is that's targeting them.
Yeah, but they can pull up IP address and that type of stuff.
I think making it private while it's happening is good, but then posting it to the public would be beneficial to the public. They can't make it in person.
I think continuing to do what you're doing, people have grown accustomed to being able to go online and watch the city council meeting. So taking that away from so you got it's probably one jackass out there.
Yeah.
That's making threats. Punish that person. Don't punish everybody.
Sure.
I mean, there are a lot of people that don't watch city council meetings, and I get that too. Looks like Democrat Socialists of America's they're back in the day, the liberals were saying things, but they were keeping most of the stuff on the down low. Nowadays, they just come out and say it. They're just coming out and saying stuff. And they recently came out and said they want to do away with the U.S. Constitution. U.S. Constitution is the benchmark of what we're about. Is there some things in the Constitution I don't like? Yeah, I mean, I don't like that the Supreme Court got it wrong on the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. But you know what? The Constitution says that is the way we govern. And so the Constitution says that the Supreme Court is the highest court in the land. Bam, it's done.
Yeah.
It's finished. So we got to find a workaround. One person taken to the hospital after they were penned inside a car in Midland, Texas. Driver lost control of the vehicle. The person taken to the hospital. That's pretty much all we know. And President Trump saying Canada is seeking to benefit on being on trade with America. Look, the problem with what's going on, here we go again with tariffs at a bad time in America. But I get it. We cannot allow Canada and Mexico to take advantage of us and be the middleman for Chinese goods coming into this country. I get it. I get it 100%. And Lane Kiffin's $91 million move to LSU, a wild twist. This story was up on Fox this morning. Supposedly, Ole Miss got in touch with the FBI. They got in touch with the FBI. I'm just like, man, that game's coming up on, third game of the season? Oh, that's going to be interesting. Espionage? Really? Wow. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. I wish I'd be back in Louisiana for that game. Of course, the game is going to be in Mississippi, but would I go to that game? Probably not. It's going to be, there's probably going to be violence there for sure. So it's damn sure a place I wouldn't take the wife to go. No. That's for sure. All right, Monica, let's check the text. Good news coming up in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by Fusion Medical Spa, 1034 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso. If you're in pain, you're living in pain, doesn't matter if it's the back, the knees, the shoulders, your joints, you ought to call Dr. Rapp for a free consultation right now. Yes, you heard that word right. Free consultation to talk about your daily aches and pains. You can talk about what procedures can help you to ease your everyday pains. Call today for that free consultation, 575-2574-SPA. And don't forget, they do more than that. Botox injections. If you're trying to look better and you've heard about Botox, $11 per unit administered by an RN. Plus, they're offering allergy injections for $65. No appointment needed at the clinic. Just pay the $65 and no appointment necessary. Go in, get the injection, be on your way. Plus, if you're looking for different things, they're also offering red light therapy and cryotherapy treatment. Call Dr. Rapp today, 575-2574-SPA. That's 257-4772, 1034 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso. Monica and the text will take a break. Good news on the way.
Jody from Lovington said, I don't drink anymore, but I also don't drink any less. And Dexter's Lab texter, this will be the last one. Monica, do you know who has the stamina of an athlete that doesn't quit? Randy Marsh, because he doesn't hear no bell ring.
It's another guy. I have no idea who that is.
Me either.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't know who Randy Marsh is, but I knew who John Holmes is. That's pretty sad. I admit that it's sad. That's sad.
Well, when I looked it up, like, it didn't have anything nasty. It just said that he was from South Park, the show.
Oh, okay.
Like it.
Now I got it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Good news coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by La Tienda Thriftway. Find them in Pecos, Texas, right there on Eddy Street. Savings throughout the store. Make sure before you go into the store, download the digital coupons. Save $1 off of Powerade or Power Water. Plus, they're offering $1 off your Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Big Red. Get the 24-pack, $1 off. Quarter loin pork chops in the meat department for $1.99 a pound. Also get the beef top sirloin for $6.99 a pound. Also get Black Label bacon, $3.99 for a 1-pound package. And get the fryer thighs and drumsticks for 99 cents a pound. Produce department, yellow peaches, $1.69 a pound. Avocados, 99 cents a piece. Get the russet potatoes for $2.99 for a 10-pound bag, and get the juicy cantaloupes for $1.99 each. Also save this week in the deli department. Save on the beef bologna, $8.48 a pound. Mesquite turkey breast for $7.98 a pound. And right now, download that digital coupon, $1 off, and you can save on Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Big Red without the coupon, $10.99, minus $1 off that with the digital coupon. Download the coupon before you go to the store. La Tienda, Pecos, Texas. Check them out today. We're coming right back. We're being the Breakfast Club.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The world will find out about new U.S. sanctions for Iran.
At 1 p.m. today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is expected to unveil the White House's latest financial offensive, touting what he calls the toughest sanctions in history. And President Trump just posted on Truth Social, writing this: Iran is completely collapsing.
Fox's Alex Hogan at the White House. Firefighters try to corral the Hawk fire in Reno, Nevada.
They continue to battle this dangerous and fast-moving wildfire. The fire broke out on Saturday, fueled by dry conditions and strong winds, and so far it's scorched around 15,000 acres. Officials say the fire was human-caused, but wouldn't elaborate further as an investigation continues.
Fox's Max Gordon at the Instant Command Center in Reno. 6 people have been injured. A number of structures have been damaged or destroyed. America's listening to Fox News.
When your crew's waiting on rock or sand, excuses don't move dirt. You need material delivered on time, period. J&H Services Incorporated supplies construction and oil field companies across southeastern New Mexico, West Texas, and the Permian Basin with quality aggregate materials and dependable delivery. Concrete sand, masonry sand, crusher fines, multiple rock sizes ready for your next job. No headaches, no runaround. Just reliable service from a company built to work as hard as you do. Call 575-393-6204 or visit jhservicesinc.com.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. The eastbound side of I-40 is not too bad. There are some brief delays approaching I-25, and you'll find a minor delay on the westbound side of I-40 as well. There are still some brief merging delays going north along I-25 where traffic gets on from I-40. And the southbound side of I-25, you'll find your usual slowdowns near Jefferson Street and toward the long-term road work that's going on at Montgomery Boulevard. Coors Boulevard has brief delays from Coors Road in toward Paseo del Norte, then again near Montaño Road, and you'll find a brief delay again approaching I-40. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ 700, FM 96.9.
Wanting an affordable, quiet place to park your RV while you're working in or around Carlsbad? WWRV is 3 RV parks with one goal: to be a quiet place for their working tenants. 162 RV sites with 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities are included in the price, including premier wired internet at each site for your gaming and movie streaming. WWRV is pet-friendly and well-lit with plenty of street lights. Get pricing and contact info by visiting their website at www.rvx3.com or call 575-988-0392 for WWRV.
Hear ye. Step back in time for the time of your life at the 5th Annual Cabin City Renaissance Festival. Bigger than ever before. Bring the whole family for a weekend of pure magic, merriment, and unforgettable adventure. Witness thrilling armored combat and spectacular brand new performances. Feast on bountiful food and drink as you explore multiple stages of non-stop entertainment and discover unique treasures from over 100 artisan vendors. Don't miss the grandest event of the season, September 25th and 26th at the Carlsbad Beach Park. Advertisement paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
They're taking a big savings splash this week at Bob's Ridgeway. Get quarter loin pork chops, just $1.77 a pound. Boneless beef sirloin steak, $6.99 a pound. Get your Black Label bacon from Hormel 1-pound pack, just $3.99. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, just $2.99. Yoplait yogurt, 6 ounce, just 58 cents. Pillsbury toaster strudels, 2 boxes for just $5. Craven flavored thin crust pieces, family size, get 3 for just $10. And these are just a few of the big summer splash savings this week at Bob's Ridgeway, where your grocery dollar always goes farther. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast over southeast New Mexico and temperatures will start mild in the mid to upper 70s, but we're going to go to 105 degrees in Roswell by this afternoon. The same temperature range too in Carlsbad Artesia at 106 degrees. And Lovington at temperatures at 104 degrees under a sunny sky. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
This show is powered by Permian Ford. Stop by and see Daniel Vellis today.
Wake up, hey Susie, wake up.
What happens in the Breakfast Club stays in the Breakfast Club.
B and the Breakfast Club.
Attention!
What a beat.
beautiful day to be in denial.
All right, good news of the day coming up already. 9:21. Emma Thomas passed away, 94 years old. Heartbreaker, Emma Thomas from back in the day. And 40% of music released in July of 2026 partially used AI or complete AI. By the way, 30% of songs released were fully AI.
Wow.
Musicians, man, this has got to be tough on those guys that have learned the tools of the trade for their entire life. And then they're being taken over by AI, artificial intelligence. And the oldest person in the world, Ethel Caterham, current title holder, 117 years of age. I don't know if I want to be 117. That's old. Not being able to do things on your own, that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
117 years of age. Yeah, like 90-year-olds that are like, I don't need no help from nobody. I'm still. What's the key to longevity? I drink a fifth of Jack a day, and yeah. Looks like a woman in Oklahoma City. Woman in Oklahoma City, fined by her. I hate when these. You ever lived in a place where you got the OHA, the HOAs?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
The home organization, they come in and they fine you. So it was 109 degrees. Her air conditioning couldn't keep up. So she simply put in she put in a window unit. They came in, the HOA came in and fined her for putting in a window unit. You can't have a window unit. Yeah, well, having a window unit is better than having a heat stroke.
Yep.
I mean, look, I understand. You've got rules, but at the same time, we got to have some common sense.
For real.
Just craziness. Minnesota tree trimmer charged in a co-worker's death after, look, this is why, look, you're playing around with heavy equipment. Tree trimmer charged with manslaughter after allegedly crushing his co-worker's head with a hydraulic grappler. They told him, don't play around. And evidently, it was, so Apple Valley on Thursday, Christopher Boone Cummins, 34, was operating a piece of machinery from the back of a truck. His co-worker, Tyler Lynch, 26 years of age, was cleaning branches up off the ground. First responders got to the scene and they discovered Lynch that was lying on the ground, lots of blood. Lynch was pronounced dead at the scene. His buddy, his friend, said they were just messing around. He grabbed his co-worker's head with that grappler and crushed his head.
That's tough.
And he died.
That's tough.
Yeah, though, I mean, those grapplers can grab like a big tree and yank it out of the ground. By the way, this is a felony charge against this young man that was only playing around. Nuts. And did you guys see that Chinese humanoid robot breaking Usain Bolt's world record in 100-meter? 9.33 seconds. The bad thing is they can run really fast, but they don't know how to put on the brakes yet. It actually crashed into a wall. But these humanoid robots, hell, I mean, they'll be the next one. The Chinese will start entering them into the Olympics. They've got the robots that play tennis, pickleball, all kind of stuff.
Wow.
Why would you want that though? Just to prove that they can run real fast?
Probably.
Wait for it. In our military, China will be putting the robots in the military next. Wait for it. All right, Monica, anything on the text before we get to good news?
Jason said the LSU Ole Miss game September 19th is going to be explosive. And we'll end with this one.
Yeah, it's going to be,
63-year-old Christian said, concerning the main topic this morning, in the words of Toby Keith, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. And that's it for the text
Just
line.
once. Just once. All right, let's get to good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. They can take care of your home, your auto, your life insurance, your commercial insurance. Get in touch with Rustin Hayes today, right across the street from Bob's and Lovington, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
A 20-year-old college student from Ohio helped erase more than $1.2 million in medical debt for strangers in his county. His name is Ethan Corona, and he partnered with a nonprofit to raise a little over $10,000, which was used to buy and cancel debt for 1,148 people across his county. Ethan said he was surprised that such a relatively small amount of money could make such a big impact. The nonprofit he worked with was able to turn every dollar raised into $100 of medical debt cancellation. And an ESPN writer named Roberto Jose Andrade Franco recently visited a restaurant called Langer's Deli in Los Angeles. But when he left, he couldn't remember if he tipped his waitress or not. So he wrote a letter to the owner along with $50 explaining what the waitress looked like. Luckily, the deli tracked her down, but she didn't even remember him because she served so many people each day. But Roberto was a busboy growing up and couldn't bear the thought of possibly stiffing the waiter. And those are your good news stories for today.
Hey, don't forget, don't be like New Mexico State Representative Joseph Hernandez that got caught with his pants down running around a hotel in Chicago. Just a word of advice. Always put your pants back on. That's my thought for the day this morning. Just put your pants back on. And so I'm wondering if he's going to resign. And it's not a good look for a 5'6", 280-pound man to be running around with no pants.
No.
We'll see how that will he step down will be the next question. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, Tradio coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC job. They've got the experience to take care of you. Residential, commercial, they can take care of you. New technology, they have the inverter-driven heat pumps that will save you a lot of money when it comes to electric usage. And, man, financing is available. Give them a call at 575-631-1999. We got another week. We're going to be in the triple digits. Air conditioning not working. Get on the list. Call Enrique Rocha, 575-631-1999. We're out of here. We'll see you for a Tuesday edition of Being the Breakfast Club tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6:06. Tradio is up next.
News this hour is being brought to you by C&M Electric of Lovington.